able to win our third cup in 4 years, which was quite an incredible feat.
That was Hockey Hall of Famer and Stanley Cup champion for the Edmonton Oilers, Mark Messier, on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio's The Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin on Channel 91.
Get the latest news, opinion, and analysis from MMA to boxing and the professional wrestling world 24/7. SiriusXM Fight Nation, SiriusXM 156, and the SXM app.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Tuesday, May the 13th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars face the Winnipeg Jets. Stars on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 928. Jets on SiriusXM channels 167, Internet 951. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Tuesday, May the 13th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars face the Winnipeg Jets. Stars on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 928. Jets on SiriusXM channels 167, Internet 951. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Tuesday, May the 13th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars face the Winnipeg Jets. Stars on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 928. Jets on SiriusXM channels 167, Internet 951. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Tuesday, May the 13th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars face the Winnipeg Jets. Stars on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 928. Jets on SiriusXM channels 167, Internet 951. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91.
Mad Dog Sports Radio has the best sports talk in the business, covering sports with a passion and knowledge you need. Mad Dog Sports Radio, SiriusXM 86, and the SXM app.
New York Rangers legend and Hockey Hall of Famer Mark Messier joined Scott Laughlin on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91, to share what it was like to play in the 1994 finals with the New York Rangers, as well as ending the 54-year drought for the franchise and how that team represented what a hockey team is all about.
Well, look, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about 1994 as well. You mentioned Mike Keenan. We spoke with him in studio a couple of weeks ago. He still speaks so highly of you and of that run. So take us back to ending the 54-year drought. In Game 7, you get a power play goal. You shovel a puck underneath of Kirk McLean. Stands up as the game winner, as it turns out. So take us back to that hot, steamy night. What was it, June 14th of 1994 at the Garden in New York?
Just, I guess just starting, going to the rink, trying to keep your same routine. Brian Leach and I would always drive together down through Times Square, down Broadway 7th Avenue to take a right-hand turn on 33rd Street, and you could feel things were different, even from the Upper West Side. Just the vibe and the energy of the whole city was just electrified. Getting down towards Madison Square Garden, seeing the crowd already starting to build, the police officers surrounding the Garden, it was a carnival-like atmosphere. Obviously, we knew we were something on the cusp of doing something that hadn't been done in 54 years. The magnitude of it was palpable. I mean, the energy, just everything just seemed to be so electrified. You try to keep yourself in the moment. You try to stay with your routine. Obviously, there's a much more at stake. And then, we found ourselves, much like we did in 87, up 3-1 in the series, losing to fifth game, where it was pretty much a foregone conclusion that New York Rangers were finally going to win a Stanley Cup after 54 years. Only to find ourselves, the party atmosphere got a little bit delayed and then had to go back to Vancouver, which again, we got trounced in Vancouver, just like we did in '87, and now we're coming home for Game 7, and the same thing happened. It just, we felt good about our chances. We felt we were a better team than Vancouver. We felt that we should have wrapped up the series earlier against Vancouver, but that's the greatest thing about sports. You can think all you want, but the reality is they got a heartbeat over there too. They got pride over there too. They're there for a reason because they're a great team. And here we are in Game 7 and happening to go out and execute a great game plan to beat a very hungry, very young, very physical, hard team to play against in Vancouver. And luckily for us, we had a lot of experience. We had a dynamic, incredible amount of talent with Brian Leach and Sergei Zubov, Alex Kovalev, Adam Graves, and Mike Richter and net, and then sprinkled in with some veterans, some hardened veterans with McTavish and Tikkanen and Steve Larmer and Noonan and Mateau and Jeff Bukaboom and Jay Wells and all the amazing players that banded together that year to create maybe not the most skilled team that's ever won a Stanley Cup, but if you look up the word team, they could put the 1994 Ranger team right there, and that year, that team epitomizes what a team is all about.
MLB Network Radio is your home for 24/7 baseball talk, featuring on-site coverage of every major event from spring training through the World Series and expert analysis from former general managers and players. SiriusXM Channel 89.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Tuesday, May the 13th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars face the Winnipeg Jets. Stars on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 928. Jets on SiriusXM channels 167, Internet 951. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Tuesday, May the 13th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars face the Winnipeg Jets. Stars on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 928. Jets on SiriusXM channels 167, Internet 951. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Tuesday, May the 13th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars face the Winnipeg Jets. Stars on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 928. Jets on SiriusXM channels 167, Internet 951. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Tuesday, May the 13th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL playoffs, 8 p.m., Dallas Stars face the Winnipeg Jets. Stars on SiriusXM channels 91, Internet 928. Jets on SiriusXM channels 167, Internet 951. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91.
On the court and off, your home for the NBA is SiriusXM. Follow all the drama as your favorite team vies for it all. SiriusXM NBA Radio, SiriusXM 86.
Six-time Stanley Cup champion and Hockey Hall of Famer Mark Messier stopped by SiriusXM NHL Network Radio's The Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin to discuss what Game 7 means to him and what it's like to also lose a Game 7.
Well, when you think about the two greatest words in sports, you think about Game 7 for many reasons. Obviously, to get to a Game 7, both teams obviously very evenly matched from the literal sense, the Game 7. You don't have to be a sport fan to understand that something's big at stake and that you will go watch it even if you don't know the teams, you don't know the players, you know the backdrop, because it's the greatest form of reality TV in the world, because there is going to be a winner and a loser. A lot at stake, obviously. But for me personally, it's a lifetime journey to acquire the skill set that's required to be able to perform when the stakes are the highest, under the most scrutinized pressure, when you're expected to perform. And you think about a Game 7 moment, or a Game 7, that's when you have to perform. It's a winner or go home situation. And what are the skill sets that are required to do that? Obviously, we've practiced our game and honed our skill set for years and years and years, tens of thousands of hours of honing our skills. But emotionally, mentally, what prepares you to play in those moments and perform when you're expected to? That, I think, is what really defines a Game 7 moment for the players that have excelled in Game 7 moments. And what are those life lessons that we can teach our young boys and girls, and the skill sets required to do that? The breathing, being able to slow your heart down, and your blood pressure goes up, and your decision-making is rash, and concentration varies because of all of it. What allows you to kind of really slow down and use your God-given talent, and then obviously the repetitions through your whole life that you know you can do it. You just got to be able to do it when it matters most. It's like hitting a home run, and like Aaron Boone did, or doing something special at the right moments. And I think the educational part of the docuseries is really fascinating to me there, to help our young boys and girls who will be faced with big decisions in their life. And you don't have to be a sport fan to have a Game 7 moment in life. Everybody's faced with decisions that are going to alter the trajectory of their lives in one way or another there, and we're trying to figure out what those skill sets are.
What does it feel like to lose a Game 7?
Fortunately for me, I never experienced what the Oilers did last year, of going all the way to the end in a championship game and losing in a Game 7. Anytime you get to a Game 7, it's a hard journey to get there. Two teams, evenly matched. It's been a war. It's been a tug-of-war. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's tired. And then to lose that is devastating. I think about my own experience in Game 7, winning 7 of them. The two still hurt to this day. What could I have done different? You always say that you got to lose in order to understand how to win. I do agree with that. I think there are lessons in loss and in failure, both as a team and as an individual. If I had my preference, I would have liked to have learned those lessons while I was winning. But unfortunately, that's just not the way it is. But I look back at it now and just think about how grateful I am for all the lessons in wins and the losses, because it really ends up defining who you are as a person and as a player.
SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 brings you expert analysis from former players, coaches, and executives, plus reaction to all the latest news on the only 24/7 station dedicated to the National Football League.
I'm Frank Track.
Among other deceased players, the all-time hits leader will still need to be voted into Cooperstown. And the Rangers getting set to take on the Rockies coming up here at 7:05. It's Jack Leiter night at the ballpark. And Corey Seager has been placed on the IL for the second time in 3 weeks. It's the 10-day with a hamstring strain, and Kyle Higashioka has been activated. That is the Ticket Ticker. I'm Kevin Landrum, Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310. The Ticket goes right.
The following is a KTCK Sports Presentation. Sports Presentation. Sports. Dallas Stars Hockey is on the ticket. Here are our P1 Puckheads, Josh Bogorod and Daryl Razor Ray.
Hello, everybody, and a very good evening to you. Welcome inside American Airlines Center alongside Daryl Ray, Josh Bogorod here as the Stars have a 2-1 lead over the Winnipeg Jets. Game 4 of their second-round series comes your way from Stars home ice. And Razor, it's fitting that it's game number 4 because the big story is number 4, the long-awaited return. 105 days, Miro Heiskanen is officially back.
Yeah, I think the happiest guy beyond Miro is probably Pete DeBoer. He doesn't have to answer that question from the media day after day after day after day. As you know, Heiskanen went from month to month to week to day to game time decision. And look, once he hit game time decision, there's no decision. If he's ready to go, he's going. And it looks as though he's going to slot right back where he was prior to the injury in Vegas, where he played alongside Thomas Harley, who just magisterially filled that void of having Heiskanen out of the lineup, and especially on the Stars power play. Like, it was okay, and then it went to a different level with Thomas Harley running it. Now you have both of them. You can basically deploy each of them on an equal footing on the 2 power play units if there are a bunch of them. Just having Miro back in general is such a boost. I'm really interested to see how he looks. You know, first game back, a lot of times there's adrenaline that can overcome whatever rustiness, and there's going to be game rustiness. The other part of it always with a player coming back from injury is they have to trust the injury. And he's been through, miles and miles and tests and pregame skates and practices and all that. But until they get into a game, and it can be a different animal from an injury standpoint. So those are the things you're watching. I asked a couple of the guys this morning about getting him back, and almost every one of them said the first thing out of their mouth was, well, he's a one-man exit. We're going to get out of our own zone a lot easier. And the other part of it from the forwards was, look, we're conscious what he's coming back from, and there's going to be a little extra. You can't just lock on to guys and hold them up anymore. There's no question the Winnipeg Jets want a forecheck, and they want to test him. I mean, they're going to put the puck in Miro Heiskanen's corner and go after him. It's going to be up to Stars forwards to make sure they at least put up a speed bump, slow it down a little bit, give them a little more time to get back there, retrieve it, and make a play.
The biggest question, of course, was when. When will Miro Heiskanen return? Now that we have that answer, the follow-up question was always theorized. Well, who comes out of the lineup, and what does it look like at that point? 11-7 was, bantied about this morning as an option. They wind up going with a 12-6 conventional look. Ilya Lyubushkin comes out of the lineup. Heiskanen and Harley will be paired together at least to start. And then up front, what do you make of the forward deployment with how it shakes out for Game 4?
Yeah, look, they're not fans of 11-7. Some coaching staffs are, but and they like the idea of getting an extra shift here and there for some of your top offensive forwards, but it's the Stanley Cup playoffs. I mean, this could go till dawn, right? And you don't want to shortchange yourself in that regard. They really believe in four-line hockey, so I'm not really surprised that they're not throwing an extra guy in there. It's pure trust that Heiskanen's 100% and ready to go. Up front, yeah, I mean, it's certainly, the clay is not set ever, right? Like, this is how they're going to start things, but again, the eye is on making sure that you have weapons on all four lines and the potential for offense on all four lines. Everybody's expected to check this time of year, and we'll see how long it goes or where it goes with this. We haven't seen an awful lot of Wyatt Johnston with Jason Robertson, which is a new thing. Jason doesn't have a point in the series. Wyatt has been a god on home ice. Maybe they'll find a little bit of magic. That's an intriguing one more than anything else. They're going to keep the Finns together, which is a shock.
Yes.
I can't believe that.
Everyone.
But apparently they're going to deploy the three of them together again.
Playing a hunch, I guess, from head coach Pete DeBoer. This has been a postseason, and they usually are when you have good teams and good matchups, but a postseason of responses, and we've seen the Stars have to deliver some. We've seen them have to absorb some by the opposition. It's a really good team on the other side. The President's Trophy winners, the Winnipeg Jets. Dallas was in this situation on the road with a 2-1 series lead last round against Colorado and saw probably their best game of the postseason. They can expect the Jets' best game, certainly a desperate one. What does Dallas have to be prepared for tonight?
Well, again, I think they're going to go to their bread and butter, which is put the puck in and attack the Stars' defense if they can and try to create off of that. They're one of the best cycle teams in the league. Put it in there, hang on to it, move around. There's guys all over in the zone. That's that part of it. The other part is trying to put up a bit of a stop sign at their own blue line. The Stars have been able to waft into their end a lot. Usually they're a very tidy team there, back checking and defense holding their ground a little bit. So it's all predicated, though, on their side of things on whether Connor Hellebuyck makes saves or not, because the best laid plans can get submarined by suspect goaltending, weak goaltending, goals that go in that you just look at and you're like, man, usually he stops that. And then all of a sudden, instead of being the team that they have been, which is a lockdown defensive team, they have to go to the riding crop and try to get after it offensively.
Let's talk a little bit more about that. You can hear the players make their way onto the ice. This place is rocking again. It always is. Such an incredible atmosphere. The story is Connor Hellebuyck on the road. It will be until he keeps an opponent to fewer than 5 goals and gets a win. But from someone who played the position, when you look at their games, because it's now 8 straight, 2 years running, that the Jets have not won a road playoff game. Is it as simple as that one position, or are other aspects of their game kind of falling apart outside of Manitoba as well?
Well, again, I think we talked about it last game. Like goaltending in this sport, it can either mask a lot of your deficiencies and make it seem like you're a lot better than you actually are, or it can go the other way where it makes you start to examine other areas, and it affects your attack and your aggressiveness when it's not good goaltending. And look, he's gone from being the best goaltender at the position in the regular season to having the worst stats come playoff time, and even worse when they get on the road. They just announced Heiskanen in the building. That's the roar. Yeah, welcome back, Miro. So look, I don't think it's too simplistic. He's kind of like a quarterback that is a pocket quarterback. He needs things to be set up in front of him. He can't scramble that much. So their overall game has to help him a little bit, and he has to help himself. It's the loneliest position. It's either you do it or you don't. And a lot of game number 4 is on the guy that wears number 37.
So the Stars and the Winnipeg Jets are set for action here in Game 4. Dallas has a 2-1 series lead. The other roar that you hear is Mikko Rantanen in the background. Crazy enough, the guys were talking about it before we jumped on the air here, that this is the first time as teammates with the Stars that Mikko Rantanen and Miro Heiskanen share the ice together. They will be out on that ice for opening faceoff. We'll step aside. We've got puck drop on the other side of this, so don't go anywhere. Game 4 is next. You're listening to it right here on The Ticket.
Hey, it's Mino for Frankel & Frankel, your go-to car and truck wreck attorneys right here in Dallas for more than 30 years. Call Frankel & Frankel to get the medical treatment you need and the money you deserve. You pay nothing until Frankel & Frankel wins your case. Call Frankel & Frankel 214 or 817-333-3333. That's 333-3333. Frankel & Frankel, chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies.
Call Frankel first. FRENKEL.
Dallas Stars Hockey on The Ticket has been brought to you by
PNC Bank. PNC is an official partner of the Dallas Stars. By American Airlines. You are why we fly. American Airlines is the official airline of the Dallas Stars. And by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. Official partner of the Dallas Stars.
Hi, I'm Rob Gronkowski here for the LifeGenics Institute. Playing professional football can take a huge toll on your back, but so can everyday jobs in the workplace. Fortunately, now there is a revolutionary new non-surgical back procedure. Our expert doctors can help give you relief without invasive surgery and no downtime. Call the LifeGenics Institute now and get back to living. It made a huge difference for me.
Call LifeGenics 972-236-3333 or lifegenics.com.
In our little radio experiment, we mix all the elements from the Ticket periodic table of segments into our broadcast beaker. You've got your gases, like hot sports opinions, the Noble Sports Insiders, an F-block full of funny bits, and of course, those radioactive wheels-off FOMO moments that are studied by P1 scientists everywhere. Sometimes it's fine, other times it blows up in our faces. On the station it says, listening is elemental. Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket.
Pipe sprung a leak? Tired of cold showers? Sub pump got you stumped? Garbage disposal belong in the trash? Don't worry, there's an expert for that. At Crawford Services, a service experts company, they've seen it all. They can take care of everything from drain cleaning to gas line installation, toilet repairs, water softeners, going tankless, and pretty much anything your plumbing can throw at you. Visit Crawford-Services.com today. Plumbing problems got you feeling underwater? There's an expert for that.
License number TACLA 123-811-CM11421.
The Dallas Stars are moving on in the Stanley Cup playoffs and take on the Winnipeg Jets in round 2. More like lose a peg. Am I right? Hear every Stars playoff game on The Ticket. Then hear from head coach Pete DeBoer Wednesdays at 5:55 on the Hard Line. The Musers take a shift with Daryl Razor Ray the morning after every game. Plus Matt Duchene hits the sweet spot, and Josh Bogorod storms the invasion. Stars playoff hockey. Only on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket. The Stars on The Ticket.
The Ticket!
Welcome back here inside American Airlines Center. Josh Bogorod, Daryl Ray, Game 4, Stars and Jets. Razor, let's talk a little more goaltending as we check out the starters.
Well, Jake Ottinger has been the steadier netminder, allowing just 7 goals in the first 3 games. And he goes in search of his 30th career playoff victory. Only Eddie Belfour has won more in the Stars net with 44. Connor Hellebuyck, perhaps the biggest start of his playoff career. He's their best player. He's their most significant player. In this game here tonight, he's got to turn what he has been on the road, which is red rotten, into what he has been at home, where the goals against average and eyelash under 2.
Stars have been very good in this building in the postseason. 4-1 at American Airlines Center. They've got a city and a capacity crowd behind them tonight as we get set for Game 4. Dallas an opportunity to take a stranglehold on this second round series. Puck is dropped. We are underway as it's dumped in by the Jets. A little bit of gamesmanship here from both sides as the Stars do have Ilya Lyubushkin out there and Colin Blackwell listed on the sheet as a scratch. It's not the way they rushed it. And at the other end for Scott Arniel, they've got Luke Shen, who's in the lineup, and Colin Miller is out. So that is how things shake out early on. Dumped in, and the Stars go to work from their defensive end. Play it up for Evgeny Dodonov. And up the left wing side, missed the mark for Ben. Hellebuck will keep it going. Fleury gets contacted. Alex Iafallo on the left wing side, exits in front of the benches, gives it back to Shen. Shen gets it deep for Winnipeg. Early stages here. Penalties were a noteworthy topic early on in the opening half minute of both games 2 and 3, leading to power plays and eventually leading to early goals. No icing here as the Stars were able to work it out. Iafallo comes back. The Jets moving left to right. And a pass caromed off of bodies and taken back by Winnipeg. Pionk got it ahead to center ice. Harley is there. He shoots one in. Harley and Lyubushkin are the two defensemen out there at the moment as it's played ahead off the reach of Lowry. The captain of the Jets was on the wrong side of center. And icing whistled. The first stoppage comes $1:32 in.
They had their checking line out there to oppose Hintz and company, and with the icing, Pete DeBoer makes the change with his forward line. He preferred to have this line against their checking line in Game 3, the Duchesne, Marchment, Tyler Seguin trio.
And Matt Duchesne from the left wing circle, he's been outstanding in the series. 68% on the dots, wins this draw. Petrovic with a shot, and that gets blocked out by Ehlers to center ice. Stars had to touch up as they do. Hellebuck will nudge it along for Pionk. Pionk outlets on the left wing side. And taken away by the Stars as they'll break back in. Seguin left circle delays, walking through the slot, rolled off his blade and cleared by the Jets.
Man, you can see Mason Marchment open up on the right wing side for the pass. Never came. Good hustle by the Jets to get back and break that up.
Little more than 2 minutes gone by in the first period. Hellebuck keeps the puck moving on a Dallas dump-in. Heavy check thrown. Mikhail Granlund onto Mello. And then hunted down by Esa Lindell, who took a shoulder from Perfetti. The two teams combined for 233 hits through the first 3 games of this series. And lifted out by Granlund on the cross-ice pitchfork. The Jets in retreat. Now tossing to drive. Josh Morrissey, 3rd straight game since his return. He has an assist in both. Played 25 minutes the other afternoon in Game 3. Stars dig one out. Outlet feed was off the reach of Dodonov. Then dumped back in where Lindell leaves it. And here comes Dodonov with the chip and chase from center ice. Goes wide of Pionk, catches up himself. And worked out. Jamie Benn banks it to Heiskanen. Floats a shot that goes wide. You can hear the crowd just in anticipation every time Miro Heiskanen out there and the puck comes to him. They've waited a long time for this. Heiskanen back in the defensive zone. Sidesteps, check attempt from Iafallo. It's the Jets from inside their blue line. Out towards center ice. And Kyle Connor with it. Got on the board in Game 3. First points of the series and kicked away cleanly by Heiskanen. Used the feet but kept alive, and Unger makes the save on the race down the seam by Velarde. Big early stop from Unger as he hangs.
Boy, both defensemen for the Stars went in behind the net after Heiskanen had broken that up. Hintz was back there to try to help out Miro, and Thomas Harley's behind the net. I mean, there was just acres of ice free in front of the net. Velarde, who's a real talented offensive player and goal scorer, gets a point-blank chance And Jake Ottinger looked extremely calm and made it look really easy, and it wasn't.
Velarde, one of two players in this series that have points in all three games. They both play for the Jets, with the Stars losing game 2 by shutout. Nino Niederreiter is the other one, as it's iced by Dallas here, and what a great opportunity for him to add to that. Not sure had it closed.
Both guys were picked in that 2017 opening round. Velarde went 11th overall. Jake Ottinger, the Stars moved up to grab him, and he has, I would say, solidified the position ever since. Who knows where he's going to end up in his numbers at the end of his career in a Stars uniform. Wants to win a cup. They're inching closer.
10 wins shy as we sit right now, and the Stars trying to strike another one off the list, and a big one at that. Schenn controls after a face-off win for Winnipeg. Save made by Ottinger. Up off the body of Marchment, and then Schenn at the right point. They'll send one in deep. It was cut off by Lindell. Esa Lindell has played more than anybody else in this series, in large part because of how often the Stars have been shorthanded. Shot at the other end, and a save from Connor Hellebuck. Cody Ceci helps keep it alive on the left wing side. Schenn and Sagan collide, and out across the blue line where Lindell has it, and the Stars reorganize. Esa Lindell ahead to Sagan, the chip in. He'll head across to the bench to change. Duchesne collapsing down on the forecheck. Jason Robertson joins as well. Mikko Rantanen on the ice. Rantanen trying to get it away from Barron, who kept it away nicely. And a game of hot potato at center. Back on the blade of Barron, who risks one in. Around to Appleton. Right circle in front. Pinballs around off bodies. Morgan Barron was right there. So too was Petrovic. It stayed out. Jets remain on the attack, and a shot blocked. Up and out of play. 14:53 left in a scoreless first.
Sometimes the best thing you can do as a defenseman, as Bichel and Tanev get at one another verbally and a little bit physically in front of Ottinger. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just stand still, and that's what Petrovic did. You know, he just protected the puck with his skates, got some help immediately. The net was open for a moment after that shot from the point. And as they dug around trying to find it, couldn't get it in there. This is a fascinating start to Game 4 because virtually every line for the Jets is different. They mix and match a little bit. Obviously, you don't get last change on the road. He can't slap his checking line against Mikko Rantanen and them. So they've thrown a completely different look up front at the Stars to begin this one.
Blocker side of Jake Ottinger, the setting of this draw. Nemesnikov and Johnston on it. Nemesnikov's lost
all the faceoffs.
Yeah, he's at 39% through the first 3 games, and it lowers there as the Stars go the other way. Rantanen, a tip in front from Wyatt Johnston, and Hellebuck at the top of the crease holds his ground. More players require separation.
Yeah, look, Game 4 is likely to get contested, hotly in front of the 2 nets, and that's where Wyatt Johnston went on the rush. He ends up slipping in behind Neil Pionk, the defenseman, and gets a real dangerous redirect of Mikko Rantanen and Shass. It was like half shot, half pass toward the net front, and a good stop for Hellebuck. That was not an easy one. Both goaltenders look sharp to begin this, and it feels very much like it's coach chess down there in Game 4.
Johnston, Robertson, and Rantanen, the trio of forwards, with Harley and Heiskanen, the defenseman, and the Stars win the attack zone draw. Rantanen curling behind the net on a historic start to this postseason. Banked away, but taken by the Jets. They can race 3-on-2. Kyle Connor weaves across the line. Morrissey joins and takes it, and his pass swallowed up by Harley immediately.
They were not very direct with that. They took their time. It allowed the 3 Stars forwards that were trapped to get back and help out. It's broken up by the skates of Thomas Harley.
Morrissey, half ice pass out to center, then Connor over skates. Stars dig it free. Sam Steele there. Steele has 3 assists through the first 3 games of this series. He leads in that category among both teams.
Nice having Mikko Rantanen on your line every now and then.
Is it ever? gives you so much flexibility and the ability for Pete DeBoer to do what he's doing tonight with 11 and 7. Here is Perfetti, turns, fires, save. Onger rebound, still loose and wound up in the corner on the putback attempt. Still inside the Dallas end. Stars work it free. Steele brings it forward. Chip in just across center ice. Heads to the bench to change. There's room for Winnipeg. Fleury forward for Shen. He hits the brakes, then goes back to Fleury. Couple of helpers through the first 2 games of this series. And Hintz reverses it around. Mikko Rantanen goes rink wide. Swatted at, handled, and then knocked down was Harley. Went down on a knee and then paid for it afterwards. Nikolai Ehlers with a shot. Onger made the save deep in his crease, and he hangs on. Confident-looking Jake Onger to begin things. He and Connor Hellebuck have closed the door. We played 7:02 of scoreless hockey from Dallas. Game 4 between the Stars and the Jets. You're listening to it on the ticket.
Sometimes a situation arises where you have to take your best shot. Criminal defense, serious injury, wrongful death. Hi, I'm Chris Lewis. When you need to take your best shot, there's one name to remember. Chris Lewis & Associates, your law firm for criminal defense and catastrophic injury. Don't let a conviction or severe injury destroy your life. When you have one shot, make it your best. Let us fight for you. Call 214-444-1000 or visit lewisdefense.com.
The best plays happen when the whole team's in sync. And at Baylor Scott & White, the Heart Hospital, heart health is no different. From offense to defense, every move matters. And with nationally ranked heart and vascular care across North Texas, you've got a winning team right here at home. Whether it's an assist, a comeback, or the ultimate hat trick, we're going for your goals. Baylor Scott & White, the Heart Hospital, the power to live better.
At Comerica Bank, we're creating opportunity for entrepreneurs to stop dreaming and start doing. For gig workers to become business owners. For small businesses to go toe-to-toe with the big dogs. At Comerica Bank, we're creating opportunity beyond bank accounts. We're providing free office space, free advertising, free competitive research, and more to help small businesses do more with less. To learn more, visit Comerica.com/succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender. Offers available to Comerica small business customers only. Terms apply.
This is Dallas Stars Hockey on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310.
The Ticket!
A mid-May day in the mid-90s is giving way to, I guess, a mid-series game here tonight. Game 4, this best-of-7, Stars and Jets at American Airlines Center. Stars ahead 2-1. You know, I'm watching what's going on down there, and it reminds me of that old coach quote, that you don't beat your opposition with surprise, you beat your opponent with execution. And with all the scrambled lines and 11 and 7 on the Stars side, it's been a little scrambly down there to begin the game, and probably the most settled positions so far have been the 2 netminders.
Both coaches choosing for surprise in this game, and a battle between the 2 best in the Centrals. DeMello hit his own man on that shoot-in, taken by Ehlers. He'll reload at the line. Morrissey wide off the backboards, got the hop he wanted, but it was claimed in front of Ottinger's crease. Thomas Harley able to clear it. Granlund kept possession on Velarde's check attempt. Dumped in by Dallas. Hellebuck gives a glance, feeds it for Ehlers. And now there's room for Morrissey down the left wing side. Darts in across the Dallas blue line. Right side, Ehlers, a shot, save made. Ottinger. Rebound stayed loose. DeMello up to the blue line. Now it's dropped off for Lowry, the forward. His wrist shot whistled wide. DeMello on the right wing wall. Tried to leave it for the forward. Ehlers at the point. Got it there on a second effort. Morrissey from inside the blue to the left wing side, then gets it back, and a one-timer low and off target. Cleared out by Rope Hintz in Dallas. Kyle Connor with it. Granlund had his stick pried out of his hands, and they're going to call a holding the stick penalty. That was an unnecessary one from the Jets at center ice. Dylan DeMello heading off for the first penalty of the game.
He's hot as he goes to the box, and you know, it's an innocent-looking play. This is going to help the Stars, obviously, to go on the power play and have the puck in offensive ice. But here in the opening 8 minutes, they've had their forwards chase back into their own zone too much. Ottinger's been super sharp. There's been a lot of room for the Jets to roam in there. Now they go to their side of the penalty kill equation, see if they can hold tight against this Stars power play that's been a steady drip in the playoffs.
Certainly has power play goals in 8 of the 10 games. Only the 2 games in which they were blanked was the power play also held off the sheet. They're 9 for 30 overall at 30%. That includes 2 of 7 so far in this series. Mikko Rantanen and Roope Hintz have the 2 power play goals. Puck drop, glove side of Hellebuck, holding the stick against DeMello at 8:05 of the first period. Stars control it. And a pass intended for Harley, taken away by the Jets. Shorthanded, they rush into the zone. I have follow, read it low, and intercepted there by Robertson. Thomas Harley, as you would imagine, remains on this power play as it starts and feeds it back for Granlund. There's Sagan, Marchment coming in. The Stars shoot and score. Mikael Granlund. He just took it himself right down Main Street. And the power play beat rolls on. Dallas has a 1-0 lead.
I mean, this is as simple as it gets. And it is Angora soft against Hellebuck. I mean, he basically just navigates through the middle of the rink. They capitulate. They back in defensively. He takes what's given. And instead of trying to curl back and set up, he sends a wrist shot, like a warm-up wrist shot, sailing past the glove of Connor Hellebuck. Ouch.
So the Stars strike first. Second straight game in which they do. The 3rd time this postseason. That wrist shot for the Stars was clocked at mid-70s by Mikael Granlund, and Dallas gets that tally, and they get their latest power play goal. So what a weapon special teams have been for Dallas. It does prove to be a very costly minor against DeMello.
I'm more curious to see what that does to A, Connor Hellebuck, and B, the Jets' overall game. I mean, that should not go in.
Stars are back on the attack, trying to find out and test him immediately. Granlund gets the goal. Thomas Harley and Jason Robertson, who chips in with his first point of this postseason in his 4th game. Mikko Rantanen flips it off the glass, got it out to center ice. The Jets have it between the blue lines. In the corner, Stars spin it around, and it got past Sandberg. Has to be chased down at the Winnipeg blue. Pionk forward for Perfetti. Jake Ottinger keeps things going as Petrovic knocked down the Mesnikov. They chop at each other. The referee right there. Stars are in. That snapped the stick of Petrovic. Play goes on. Labushkin across the red line for Bischel, who shoots in. Sandberg fumbled it a bit. Managed to keep it along for Pionk. Now Velarde. Nikolai Ehlers to the left wing side. Shot off the high glass. And the Stars. Sagan gets crunched down by Lowry, who's a big man.
That was a smart play by Tyler Sagan. He knew there was going to be contact. Used that to his advantage. Spun off of it, and they get it out of the zone.
Cleared out by Dallas. Barron the chop. Stars strip it away. They miss Hintz in flight. Then touched, and Velarde is in for Winnipeg. Ehlers right side. Pass back to the left. A wrist shot blocked by Granlund on Fleury.
Not an easy block. He had to traverse across.
Schenn with a drive. Punched away by the blocker of Ottinger. Granlund gets moved by Tanev. Then Granlund strong on the wall. Cut off the lane of the Jets. Stars take back over. Esselindell forward for Rantanen, and he can chip it into the zone. Mikael Granlund, who made that block, has the goal scored so far in this game. His 2nd of this postseason, 5th point. One of the pre-deadline pickups. Dumped back in as the Otters better chant here at American Airlines Center. The dueling chants between the Stars fans and Jets fans have been one of the fun storylines of this one, with two of the top teams in the league. In the corner, up the dasher, behind the Winnipeg net. Sandberg races out of the zone. Gains center ice, sends it wide of Ottinger's cage, spun by Scheifele. Now Connor behind the net, tried to bank it in off Ottinger. Got it back after it was kept alive in the trapezoid. Good stick work by the Stars. Harley for Dodonov, played it to the defensive slot. Heiskanen hustled in, got it to Steele, who could clear. And now Dodonov in with possession. He gets ridden off by Pionk. 7:30 and counting left in this first period. Stars with a 1-0 lead in Game 4, a series in which they lead 2-1. Loose at neutral ice, claimed by Dallas. Wyatt Johnston weaves defensively, and Lyubushkin off a touch. Jason Robertson extended to get that deflection, and then Hellebuck turned it over, and Johnston fed to the circle, didn't have the connection he wanted. Hellebuck almost got himself into hot water. Pin up inside Winnipeg territory. Robertson hustled and chipped it up and off the netting, out of play. 6:57 left in the first period. Stars with a 1-0 lead on Mikhail Granlund's power play goal, 8:36 in. You're listening to Dallas Stars Playoff Hockey, brought to you by PNC Bank on the Ticket.
Stars fans, every player that has ever skated onto the ice has had a dream. To be a champion, Ford has been a part of making those dreams come true. With every drive to hockey practice and travel to every road game, Ford F-Series, the 48-year leader, and Ford SUVs have carried us forward. That's why Ford is a proud sponsor of the Dallas Stars and proud sponsor of a dream. Based on 1977 to 2024 CY total sales.
Ford is the best in Texas.
Need some real refreshment? Good news! H2O is open now across DFW. Dive into dozens of flavors of real delicious fresh brewed iced tea. From coconut and Georgia peach to Texas chai and strawberry passion. Mix and match to your heart's content to find your favorite combo. And with tons of premium fresh brewed coffee drinks and crave-worthy snacks to choose from, there's plenty of real refreshment no matter what you're craving. H2O, welcome to your happy place.
Stars hockey on the Ticket.
The Ticket.
7 minutes to go in the opening period. Stars ahead of the Jets 1-0 here at American Airlines Center. Good to have you along for this one tonight. I don't know that the Stars have been the better team here in the first 13 minutes. There have been some crackling opportunities against Jake Ottinger, but special teams and goaltending can win you a lot of games or lose you some games. And it feels like the Stars are making opponents' strengths a weakness in these first two series of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Against Colorado, you know, they lived and died on their power play, their best players in that regard, and their best defensemen, the best defensemen in the NHL. They smothered both of those entities. And then against Winnipeg, now the Jets had the best power play in the league in the regular season and boasted the best goaltender in the regular season. And what are they at, like 8% in this series, their power play against the Stars? And Hellebuck has given up another one of those kitten soft goals, and that's why they trail here late in the first period.
That goal scored by Granlund, Harley, and Robertson, the helpers. A face-off to the glove side of Hellebuck for the restart. It's controlled by the Jets, and they will maneuver it around their defensive perimeter. And chipped by Velarde to the far side. Sagan hustled to get there, blew a tire, but the Stars hold at the line. Right wing side, Matt Duchesne lost a handle on it, then stole it back for Dallas. Mason Marchment turns to protect in behind the net. Banks it to the left point. Lindell, shot, redirected, stayed loose. Hellebuck got over, tried to cover, could not. In the trapezoid, it's fought for, then played safely to the sidewall by the Jets, but Dallas got there first. They keep the pressure on. Duchesne, backhand pass, and able to get it through Lowry to the net front. And here come the Jets the other way. Darting in is Nikolai Ehlers to Dallas territory. His pass clipped off his stick. Nemesnikov the follow. Velarde behind the Dallas net. And then off the skates of Ehlers. Crisscross at the line. Sandberg leaves for Pionk. Shot. Got through off Ottinger over to the corner. And Rope Hintz could clear on the backhand. Bounced off the body of Rantanen, and he's first to it on the follow-up. Swiped off his blade. Kept alive Dallas. Petrovic to the left side. Liam Bischel. Bischel shot. Rebound. It produced on the sharp angle bid. Then Granlund gets knocked down in pursuit of the puck. Crowd wanted a call. On we go. Neil Pionk of Winnipeg into Dallas territory, down the right wing side. Worked on by Bischel, sent it around the board. Shen got checked, kept it low though for Winnipeg. Spinning in the corner, Nino Niederreiter's had a strong series, a strong postseason, but his pass to the point got past everybody. So the Jets pressured in their own zone. Fleury got muscled off by Dadonov. Good forecheck. Twist onto the forehand. Fed to Slot. And it just bounced away. And now numbers for Winnipeg. A 3-on-1. They're across the line. Appleton. And it got away from him. With Miro Heiskanen, the man back. And the Jets blew up on themselves there.
What a wasted opportunity. That was a 4-on-1. It was Appleton that broke it up in the slot of his own zone and then made a mess.
Appleton with a shot from distance. Save made. A rising wrister off the chest of Ottinger. Ottinger looks like he wants the referee's attention. He's holding out the left hand as it's Appleton up high to the blue line. Shot got through. Knocked away by the stick of Ottinger. Play continues. He's again talking to the referee.
His strap is off his mask, that's why.
And he finally gets it blown down. Boy, that was an elongated conversation between Jake and the officials. So we'll step aside. 4:20 left in the first. 1-0. Dallas has the lead here on the ticket.
Dax Kirks here, co-owner of Best Buy Windows and Siding, to tell you that spring has sprung. Time to clean out the closets, freshen up the yard, and upgrade your windows. Best Buy Windows and Siding makes spring cleaning easy with 10 double-pane, single-hung windows for just $59.50 installed, with 0 down and 0% financing with approved credit and a lifetime warranty. Plus, Best Buy Windows and Siding is proud to donate to Friends of Dallas Animal Services. Call 469-WINDOWS or visit us online at bestbuywindowsandsiding.com.
Best Buy Windows and Siding.
Over the years, we've talked about random acts of kindness. But what if we thought about it differently? Hi, this is Sharon Moore, President and CEO of City Credit Union with your Dollars and Cents Minute. Our Random Acts of Kindness initiative started many years ago when I encouraged impromptu and unscripted gestures we can slide into our day when the moment's right, no planning needed. Another way we can be nice to each other is with purposeful acts of kindness. This is when we consciously make an effort to spread positivity and improve the world one good deed at a time. Think of it like starting your day with a vow to make someone else's day better, whether it's giving a compliment, paying for their order in the drive-thru, or remembering to get their favorite snack when you go to the store. Every morning we can embrace a mission to actively pursue kindness. Who's with me? City Credit Union is encouraging random acts of kindness in 2025. Please join us.
Federally insured by NCUA.
Dallas Stars hockey on the ticket.
The ticket!
4:20 to go in the opening frame here at American Airlines Center. Stars ahead of the Jets, 1-0, ahead of them 2-1 in the series. And outside of the goal that was scored that looked extremely stoppable, both goaltenders have played well. It's been a lot of continuous action here in the opening period as they've kind of raced up and down.
Face-off, pump fakes to get things started. Glove side of Jake Ottinger. They are going to kick out Mark Scheifele, so in steps Iafallo. The Stars get to it off the puck drop. Mikko Rantanen, the chip ahead. Johnston overskated across the blue line. Would have been offside if the Stars had touched. They didn't, so on we play. And dumped into the Dallas zone where Esa Lindell stretches for Robertson. Robertson to the right, quick shot off the pass by Rantanen, who went down as he was shooting. It was blocked. Activating down the boards, Lindell twists it in behind the Jets net. Johnston hustles to get there in front of Morrissey. Board battle continues. Stars have it. They turn it over on a pass, and then it clanks off the feet of Iafallo from his knees. Scheifele delivers it ahead, and the Jets could not get it in across the Dallas blue line. Robertson sends a bouncer. Following in is Tyler Seguin. Seguin on the forehand. Got it to the corner. Poke checked away by Fleury. Fleury pressured. Seguin there. Fleury managed to stay with it this time, and out for Iafallo, who from center ice can get it deep as the Jets change. Thomas Harley from the Dallas end. Ahead for Marchment. Pass got through him. Clock continues to tick late in the first period. 3 minutes and counting to go in a 1-0 Stars lead. Babushkin ties up along the end boards. Puck battled for in Dallas territory. Niederreiter attempted to pluck it out. He does. Fed for Pionk in the shot. Save made by Andre. There was no rebound, and Niederreiter was right there. And the Stars take exception to him being right there.
And he's taking some contact and flack for loitering. He wasn't in the goaltender habitat, but he was around there as the Jets were able to win the puck from the corner, the right wing corner in the Stars zone. And the way the Stars defend, they swarm like everybody's in there. So once they got back to the point and they wire it toward the net, there's just Niederreiter. And one of the keys to Jake Ottinger's play in these playoffs has been rebound control. And he swallowed that offering from the blue line. And nobody liked Niederreiter loitering around staring at their netminder. The conversation going on between Jake Ottinger and Sharon, one of the two referees, I think about what went on before with the mask, the straps coming off. I'll go to my grave not understanding that, to be honest with you, but anyway. They're not allowed to knock it off anymore. It's a penalty.
Jake learned that the hard way.
But what's the difference between that and flailing around and gesticulating?
You got to get the other guy to blow the whistle. Can't do it yourself. Dumped in deep. Center chip save. Ottinger with the right pad. That was dangerous from Winnipeg, and Ottinger with his latest stop, 1 of 11 so far. Stars go the other way, and Ben got it in deep for Steele. Donov there flings it rink wide. Cody Ceci wrist shot. That was blocked off of legs, and Ehlers will calm things down. Francis Sharon, Gord Dwyer, the referees. Trent Knorr and Scott Cherry have the lines here for Game 4. Neil Pionk, pass to the left. And it was right there for Barron. It eluded him. The Stars break back in, but only to be pickpocketed by Tanev. Tanev reverses it. Pionk out towards the point. And the Stars, good pressure, steal it away.
I think the Jets have only allowed 1, maybe 2 shots since that goal. So they buckled down to allow their netminder to sort of simmer down a little bit, and they've carried the play here in the first period.
Dallas just missed on a pass for Hintz that was just out of his reach. He would have come in with nothing but daylight. DeMello goes D to D in the defensive zone and gets it back from Morrissey. And off of Kyle Connor, first to it is Miro Heiskanen. Ahead, right on the blade of Duchesne, and rink wide for Seguin.
Missed that pass. It's art with him.
Stars take it away, and there's going to be a penalty here. They're going to get holding, and Tyler Seguin is going to get whistled and sent to the box as the Stars were on the attack. First power play of the night for Winnipeg with 59.5 left on the clock.
Stars in there hustling after a loose puck on the forecheck.
Minor penalty for holding.
And getting too grabby in there was Tyler Seguin in the view of the officials. So the first opportunity of Game 4, and he grabbed onto the jersey. I'm watching the replay on the monitor, and he had Sandberg's jersey and a fistful of it as he sort of swung him around. And guilty as charged. That's not accused of. That is guilt. Now the Stars penalty kill, which has been the heartbeat of their defensive game, trying to keep a clean sheet through the first period.
You mentioned the percentage before. The Jets 1 for 13 in the series. Velarde has their lone power play goal against Dallas, part of their 1 for 5 performance in Game 2. So the Stars clear it all the way down. Dallas has been in more penalty trouble than they would like, but that amazing penalty-killing unit has managed to keep danger at bay for the most part. Connor behind the net. Puck is loose. The Stars kick it free to themselves. Granlund muscled it up ahead where Steele could clear.
I don't think it's an overstatement that Mikhail Granlund has been the best player for the Stars outside of Ottinger in the opening period. He's been fantastic.
Jets are back in. They got 17 left in this first period. They're spending it on the power play to the left wing point. And sent down, bottom of the left wing circle. Look across for Scheifele, swing and a miss from point-blank range.
I think Lindell might have got a touch on that.
Stars could race. They're out of time, though, as they cross the line. The horn sounds. Johnston and Hintz, a 2-on-1, but it was a bridge to nowhere as they couldn't beat the clock. And 1-0, the Stars still have work to do. 101 on the Sagan minor, but it was the other end of special teams leading to the only offense. Mikhail Granlund with his second of the postseason.
Yeah, look, we came into the series talking about the biggest matchup in this series are the two American goaltenders. One went to BU, one went to UMass. They were on Team USA and the Four Nations tournament. And you look at the microcosm of this opening period, the big, humongous game 4. And Jake Ottinger outplayed Hellebuck at the other end. I mean, Hellebuck made some good saves, but at that position, it's often not the saves you make, it's the ones you let in and how they go in. And the reason the Stars have the lead going to the room after the first period here is the play of their netminder first and foremost.
You want to make a note of the shots as they stand right now? Check it when we come
I'm just going to say it's around a 2-1 advantage for Winnipeg.
All right, we'll keep it there. On the board, it reads 10-5 in favor of the Jets. The score, though, reads 1-0 in favor of the Stars. Mikhail Granlund on the power play from Thomas Harley and Jason Robertson, who in his fourth game this postseason picks up his first point since returning from injury. Fans want to let you know that you can join the Victor E. Green and the Dallas Stars Ice Girls on PNC Plaza outside of American Airlines Center on Thursday, 8:30 p.m. It's an official playoff watch party presented by Bud Light. Game 5 of the second round series coming to you from Winnipeg. Bring your lawn chairs, cheer on the Stars as they take on the Jets. There was an amazing crowd out there for games 1 and 2. You want to be a part of it, so don't miss out. You can find more info at DallasStars.com. Coming up next, we've got Michael Dixon, Bruce Levine. It's the Kia First Intermission Report with the Stars leading the Jets 1-0, 1/3 of the way through Game 4, right here on The Ticket.
Learn to skate at your local Children's Health Star Center with the Dallas Stars Try Skating for Free program. All new skaters ages 4 to adult.
The statement, the ticket guys have faces for radio, has never been truer.
Whoa, what is that? Is that a horsefly?
See us act the fool in videos and behind-the-scenes candids. Get inside Ticket Stick and the show stuff you don't want to be missing.
Dance break!
It's like sprinkles on top of your favorite ice cream.
It's an addiction!
See us for yourself online. Facebook, Twitter X, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. Yep. We're at DFW Ticket everywhere you are.
Oh, I'm in for that.
Tasty. Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Ticket.
This is Matt Allsbrook, the Texas Law Dog of Allsbrook Car and Truck Wreck Injury Lawyers. Have you been in an accident? Beware of lawyers calling you or showing up at your door. That's barratry and it's illegal. I don't chase cases. I chase settlement checks. I provide honest, professional representation when you need it most. On your terms. Real lawyers not only practice law, but they obey it. Have you been injured? You can reach me 24/7 at thetexaslawdog.com. That's thetexaslawdog.com.
And now, a no-frills ad sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Here it is. You can save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's it. See? Just a good old-fashioned, straightforward ad. See if you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or Progressive.com.
The 2025 CONCACAF Gold Cup is coming to Dallas. United States versus Haiti, Dominican Republic versus Suriname. See Stars Christian Pulisic and Tyler Adams fight to reclaim Gold Cup glory. June 22nd at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Get your tickets now at SeatGeek.com.
Hi, I'm Vince Kataya, project manager here at the beautiful Paluxy Valley Ranch, inviting you out to our final phase land sale taking taking place on Saturday, May 17th. Get your gorgeous 10-plus acre estate with huge views and trees on sale from the 150s. This is your opportunity to save thousands during the sale. Paluxy Valley features huge 10-plus acre estates for tremendous privacy, stunning views, ponds, creeks, and so much more, all in a location just 20 minutes from Granbury. Best of all, there's no HOA here. So come on out on Saturday, May 17th and get your private 10-plus acre estate on sale from the 150s with excellent financing available. For details and an early appointment, call or text us at 866-952-5399. That's 866-952-5399. Or go to PaluxyValleyRanch.com.
Legendary. Man, what a fun word to say. Hello, it's Dane Miner, General Manager from Freeman Toyota, and our transparency is legendary. When I say you can buy a brand new 2025 4x4 Crewmax Tundra with only $995 down and just $337 a month, that's the real deal. $995 down, $337 a month for the big 4x4 Crewmax Tundra at Freeman Toyota. Shop online at freemantoyota.com.
Call 866-227-6570 for details.
Congratulations to the Stars on a terrific season. I'm looking forward to a long playoff run. Hi, this is Sharon Moore, President and CEO of City Credit Union. If you're looking for a new car or truck, City Credit Union's online application and quick decisioning make it easy. Our loan experts will help you through the entire process, and we do everything online. Get started at citycu.org/apply. City Credit Union is a proud partner of the Dallas Stars.
Certain restrictions apply, subject to credit approval. See Credit Union for details. Federally insured by NCUA.
The Stars are taking a breather between periods, but we keep taking shifts. It's Michael Dixon and Bruce Levi on the Dallas Stars Intermission Report, brought to you by Kia on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket.
Well, the Stars lead the Jets 1-0 after 20 from the American Airlines Center. Mikhail Granlund has the game's only goal. And the Stars with a 2-1 series lead, trying to push the Jets to the brink of elimination going back to Winnipeg in a couple of days. Intermission Chill brought to you by your DFW Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Bruce, quickly before we introduce our guests, wasn't a great period of hockey from the Stars, but it's that time of year where you're just fine with a 1-0 lead and you try and build from what you didn't do well in that first period.
Well, first of all, the goaltending for Dallas was immaculate. Jake Ottinger, from the first shot he took, which was a point-blank chance from Gabe Bilardi, Cole Perfetti had a point-blank in the slot. Jake Ottinger was on his game in that first period. Dallas Stars going with 11 forwards, 7 defensemen with Miro Heiskanen in the lineup. Forwards seem to have a little bit of a chemistry issue with the rotating of the lines. Maybe they'll get that going a little bit better in the second period. But all in all, you've played a home period, not your best period of hockey, and you lead. You can't ask for more than that.
We got Bob Stern from the Hardline, George Dunham from the Musers at the campout, so hopefully they can hear us loud and clear. And, fellas, it wasn't a beautiful period of hockey by any means, but it's great to see Miro Heiskanen back, and the Stars are so much better with him than they are without him.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's my takeaway is pretty much agreeing with you guys in terms of if you can get out of that period with the lead, you're feeling pretty good about things. Just in general, the puck possession and those fancy numbers will pretty much benefit Winnipeg in that first period. But I thought it was more quantity over quality, except for that Bilardi chance that Bruce referenced. And you can take quantity, you can take low percentage chances, but overall. I don't know if that is a goal Hellebuck will be thrilled with allowing, but the Stars will definitely take getting Granlund in there and scoring that first one, Georgie.
And Michael and Bruce, I'm very sorry, but we will be a part of the post-game show, and Bob and I will try to police it best we can.
All Bruce said was he just hopes that it's a victory post-game show because that'll make things a lot easier.
Boy, seriously, please. If you're ever going to win a game, this is the one to win.
You don't want to be the designated driver when you're in a bad mood and everybody's drunk and rowdy.
Right, and everyone's leaving the arena and they want some good insight, and we get these yahoos. So we need it to be happy yahoos.
But we should tell you this is the Tequila Voteo Hegwood Property Tax Consultants Reliant Air Conditioning.
That's very catchy. Very catchy.
And we'll be a part of the post-game show. And did you hear my wild idea today?
I don't think I did.
Michael and Bruce?
No, I missed it.
If I'm Winnipeg, I would have gone with Comrie in goal tonight.
Wow.
I did some radio in Edmonton today, and the person who went on ahead of me said that if Hellebuck gives up 2 goals in the first period, they need to pull him for Comrie in the second.
I thought the time to do that was Game 7 when Hellebuck gave up 2 softies against St. Louis, and I thought they might go to him then. But if they didn't go to Comrie then, they certainly wouldn't do it. At a certain point, don't you have to ride with who you got?
Okay, but see, I listen to you guys, and you tell me sometimes it takes 2 goaltenders, and until my goaltender settles down on the road, I play the other guy.
No, well, it's not beyond the realm of possibility if the Stars can come out with a strong second period. But you know what else, boys? It just also shows how quick the razor-thin margins can change, as Pete DeBoer likes to talk about. Winnipeg had pressure in the Stars zone, and then DeMello takes a dumb penalty. I mean, holding the stick at neutral ice is dumb, and then they give up the power play goal. And that's the difference between winning and losing in the postseason, is moments like that.
Yeah, and I thought Mike Comrie is probably too old for this, the former husband of Hillary Duff. I think he's 44, so you must mean the other Comrie, of course.
Yeah, I mean, Eric Comrie. But didn't Mike Comrie's parents own the Dump, the furniture stores?
Did they really?
Store? Wow.
I believe he did. I believe he was affiliated with them in some way, somehow.
I thought the Hillary Duff detail was impressive. But
sounds like you can get recliners there for a reasonable price.
Yeah, and I've been with Bruce long enough to know that if he says something like that, 98% chance it's accurate.
All right, I've looked it up already. Comrie's father, Bill, and his uncles, Fred and John, are the founders of the Brick Furniture Company, which was sold in 2012 for $700 million.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
$700 million.
Okay, that was Canada's version.
That explains Hillary Duff suddenly.
All right. I think she's up to tonight.
We do have like 60 seconds because we got to get back to the real pros.
Should we play the goal?
Do you want to play the goal?
Okay,
we'll play the goal, but I did have a quick question for you.
Okay.
So here's the one goal. It's Mikhail Granlund.
Thomas Harley, as you would imagine, remains on this power play as it starts and feeds it back for Granlund. There's Sagan, Marchment coming in. The Stars shoot and score. Mikhail Granlund. He just took it himself right down Main Street. And the power play beat rolls on. Dallas has a 1-0 lead.
All right, so that on the power play from Granlund is second. Harley and Robertson. Robo with his first postseason point at 8:36 on the power play.
I mean, if you're fighting confidence right now, that's not the goal to lit up.
It can't go in. Yeah. Bruce thought he might have not seen it clearly, but I still... You got to get a save there, don't you?
That's a laser to me. I don't know.
That's Civ level stuff there.
The whole thing is your team has not won on the road this postseason. You're 1-8 lifetime on the road as a goaltender.
Yeah.
Anything that looks like that is going to hurt the confidence and get the team down. And give Granlund credit. He dodged Brandon Tanev at center ice, and then, in Jazz terms, he improvised the solo.
Yes, he did. Miro, 4 minutes, 7 shifts.
We
How
liked
do we
it.
feel
We
about
liked
that?
it. We liked it a lot.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Tiptoeing into the
I don't know how
right?
much he actually did on the 3-on-1. But just him being back there gives you utmost confidence.
You're right. That was reassuring that if you're going to give up a bad 3-on-1, have number 4 back there, and you feel better about things. And they kind of dumped it into the corner, which is what we will always prefer in a 3-on-1.
So Harley was involved in that. Are we not talking about Thomas Harley enough?
We've been talking about him for.
Yeah, we'll talk about him on the post-game show because if we don't get to break, then we don't get to Josh and Razor and they get mad.
Dang it. Okay.
All right, guys. We'll see you after the game.
Okay.
We'll talk to you after the game.
We're verbose.
That is that's George Dunn and Bob Sturm, and yes, the Camp Pound will be part of the post-game show. All right, we got to take a break. Get you back to Josh and Razor. 1-0 Stars after 1 for the American Airlines Center.
Learn to skate at your local Children's Health Star Center with the Dallas Stars Try Skating for Free program. All new skaters ages 4 to adult can receive 2 free 30-minute sessions of instruction on consecutive Saturdays. Call 214-GO-SKATE or visit dallasstars.com/starcenters.
Fly to Philly, take off to Tampa, depart for Denver. Following your team on the road is more rewarding with the American Airlines Advantage program. Your flights and everyday spend not only earn you miles toward your next trip, but also loyalty points toward Advantage status. All the more reason to purchase both a home and away jersey. With status comes great benefits like priority boarding, free check bags, and complimentary upgrades. Not a member? Enroll for free today at AA.com. American Airlines. You are why we fly. Terms and conditions apply.
Congratulations to the Stars on a terrific season. I'm looking forward to a long playoff run. Hi, this is Sharon Moore, President and CEO of City Credit Union. If you're looking for a new car or truck, City Credit Union's online application and quick decisioning make it easy. Our loan experts will help you through the entire process, and we do everything online. Get started at citycu.org/apply. City Credit Union is a proud partner of the Dallas Stars.
Certain restrictions apply, subject to credit approval. See Credit Union for details. Federally insured by NCUA.
Stars fans, every player that has ever skated onto the ice has had a dream. To be a champion, Ford has been a part of making those dreams come true. With every drive to hockey practice and travel to every road game, Ford F-Series, the 48-year leader, and Ford SUVs have carried us forward. That's why Ford is a proud sponsor of the Dallas Stars and proud sponsor of a dream. Based on 1977 to 2024 CY total sales.
Ford is the best in Texas.
Need some real refreshment? Good news! HTO is open now across DFW. Dive into dozens of flavors of real delicious fresh brewed iced tea. From coconut and Georgia peach to Texas chai and strawberry passion. Mix and match to your heart's content to find your favorite combo. And with tons of premium fresh brewed coffee drinks and crave-worthy snacks to choose from, there's plenty of real refreshment no matter what you're craving. HTO, welcome to your happy place. Children's Health is the official pediatric home of Dallas Stars fans. Every day, Children's Health is pushing the boundaries of what incredible care for children looks like. From groundbreaking research to technological innovations, Children's Health is constantly discovering the cutting-edge treatments that lead to greater outcomes. From their relentless care teams to their commitment to every family, Children's Health will stop at nothing to give kids the care they need for the future they deserve. Visit childrens.com to learn more. Slide, shoot, score, and more with us at Children's Health Star Center's Hockey and Skating Academies. Whether a pro or a rookie, we've got programs for all skill levels to help your child progress in hockey or figure skating. For more information, visit dallasstars.com/starcenters.
At Comerica Bank, we're creating opportunity for entrepreneurs to stop dreaming and start doing, for gig workers to become business owners, for small businesses to go toe-to-toe with the big dogs. At Comerica Bank, we're creating opportunity beyond bank accounts. We're providing free office space, free advertising, free competitive research, and more to help small businesses do more with less. To learn more, visit comerica.com/succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender. Offers available to Comerica small business customers only. Terms apply.
Hello, this is Jan at Toyota.
Hi, Jan. Is now a good time to get a new Toyota?
It is. We like to say your summer starts here at your Toyota dealer. Now through June 2nd, we have a great selection of Camrys, Corollas, Tundras, and more.
Your summer starts here. I'm a pet sitter, and business is way up as people enjoy their new Toyotas.
Stop the master, and Goldie is not dinner.
Your summer starts here.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details.
Toyota, let's go places.
If you're a Dallas Stars fan, you know all about winning. That's why you'll feel right at home at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. Start your night off with a victory of your own in our state-of-the-art poker room. Grab a front row seat to an epic concert, or sit back and catch the big game in our amazing sports bar. Come discover your next win at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, official partner of the Dallas Stars.
The best plays happen when the whole team's in sync. And at Baylor Scott & White, the Heart Hospital, heart health is no different. From offense to defense, every move matters. And with nationally ranked heart and vascular care across North Texas, you've got a winning team right here at home. Whether it's an assist, a comeback, or the ultimate hat trick, we're going for your goals. Baylor Scott & White, the Heart Hospital, the power to live better.
Michael Dixon and Bruce Levine have instant Stars Hockey HSOs during this intermission report. Brought to you by Kia on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket. This is Dallas Stars Hockey on The Ticket. KTCK-FM Flower Mound, KTCK-AM Dallas Fort Worth, Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket, a Cumulus media station.
Welcome back inside American Airlines Center. Josh Bogart, Darryl Ray, 1-0 Razor. The Stars have the lead after a first period in which they were outshot 10-5. Jake Ottinger was outstanding.
Yeah, he was really good. Right from and had to be. They gave up some pretty tasty scoring opportunities. Thinking of that first one when Heiskanen and Harley got caught in behind the net, and it's fed out to Velarde and the slot, and boom, there's Jake to the rescue. Miro, by the way, played 4 minutes. He looked fine, but didn't play a lot. They're leaning heavily on the pair that's on the ice right now,
which is Esa Lindell and Cody Ceci, with the Stars shorthanded for another minute as this second period begins. The Jets bring it in, and on the left wing side, Ehlers. A round off Scheifele over to Connor. The Jets' leading scorer and one of the top scorers in this year's postseason. Up to Morrissey, who's at the blue line. Goes back to the right wing side. Connor, surveying his options, chooses low. Scheifele behind the net. Still has it on his forehand. Feeds it to Morrissey, who's at the blue. And back down the left wing wall, Scheifele sends it low and gets it back from Velarde. Scheifele sets it up. Morrissey, and his one-timer didn't get everything he wanted on it. Hit his own man, Velarde. Kept alive by the Jets, though. Morrissey shot redirected off of Steele's stick. Never made it to Ottinger's net. Ehlers had inside position to keep possession for the Jets. 2 seconds left on the Sagan minor. Jets still on the attack. Shot from a tight angle, scored right as time expired. Nikolai Ehlers, the bottom of the right wing dot, just somehow found a hole underneath Ottinger to tie the game.
Well, Jake said to Hellebuck at the other end, hold my beer. He got ahead of himself. He was worried. I think it was Scheifele creeping down his right side. They've dined on that cross-crease pass, and Ehlers, I don't think he ever looked at Jake Ottinger. I bet his eyes were just staring at Scheifele, and then when he ripped it on net, Jake just made a mess of it. Shouldn't go in, so they're even.
Nikolai Ehlers gets the equalizing goal. It's technically an even strength goal. Icing here against the Jets came just 2 seconds after the penalty had expired. One you just don't usually see.
Well, it shouldn't go in. It just, goaltenders sometimes are worried about a pass and never set themselves for a shot, and this thing just got banked in off, I think, his right leg and through him. I'll tell you this about Ehlers, though. I don't know why you'd expect him to pass, because he loves to put the puck on net.
And he has put the puck in the net 3 times now in this series. He had a huge hand in the Jets' lone victory. 2-goal, 1-helper night in Game 2 up in Manitoba. It is Fleury on the left wing side. The Jets are on the attack, up high, and Appleton fans. He had a tough go in that first period on that odd man rush that blew up, and that one was deja vu all over again. Jets from their zone, feed it up ahead. Appleton's got it in front of the Jets bench. Little out of the reach on his pass for Fleury, who somehow fought his way to it. Left wing corner. Around the boards at the right point, kept by Perfetti. Twisted it in deep for Nemesnikov. He's got Sandberg at the left point. Swung to the right, Pionk. Shot was blocked. Went wide. Niederreiter to it. Heiskanen down on a knee. Took away the passing lane. It's Sandberg with a shot. Broken play. Got behind the net. And there was Jason Robertson to foil the wraparound attempt from Niederreiter. But the Jets still on the attack. They've got the puck in the zone. Shot by Sandberg off the back glass. Stars need a clearance. They'll get one and have to settle for an icing just to get the puck out of Dodge. 17:30 left in the second period.
Well, that is the Jets' game, right? That's what they want to get to. Puck possession, cycle, get it to the net. If Jason Robertson doesn't do his job and the Stars ask their forwards to get it all the way back to their net and help out like a defenseman, if he doesn't do that, I think Niederreiter just dunks it. Jake Ottinger bit real hard over to the left side of the net and wasn't even in his net when it was taken away by Robertson.
So the face-off back to the Star zone after the icing. Face-off win by Duchesne, and then that clearing attempt hit Iafallo, who was face down towards him. He's back upright with a sharp angle one-timer. trying to make it to the bench, got a shot away, forced another save, and now a clearance.
Last thing on earth Iafallo wanted was that puck coming to him. Miro Heiskanen shot, I think, right off his face.
The Jets through center ice, poke checked away by Marchment. And now Sagan one-hands it towards the corner, trying to jump around DeMello. Heavy check thrown by Sagan on DeMello. Gets it back, and then fed towards the slot. It's up at the blue line now, shot through traffic, and Hellebuck was able to track it right into his glove.
See whether the Stars can spend a little time in the Jet zone. After they scored that power play goal, they only generated the one shot on goal. It was a pretty good chance, too. Remember that shot from Mason Marchment, and it rattled around off some bodies in front of the net. But they have not spent a ton of time in offensive ice. They kind of let Hellebuck off the hook.
During that stoppage, Alex Iafallo head back to the dressing room. The Stars in the attack zone. He was leaking pretty badly after taking that puck to the face. And now Tyler Sagan is going to get called again for tripping. It's going to be the second minor against Sagan. And it's going to be the second power play for the Jets.
Stars have had issues taking penalties in the playoffs.
91 Dallas, minor penalty. Tripping.
He's going in after it. He gets his stick right in on the blade of Nick Ehlers along the boards, and he knows it. He just watched it again. Now he, bows his head full of chagrins in the box, and the Stars got all the way through, but really didn't. His earlier penalty late in the opening period. Now, all of a sudden, we'll see where this thing goes here. It's crazy, though. The Stars came in to Game 4 having been shorthanded 13 times in the first 3 games of this series, and I mean, you're just feeding a power play that you've kept dormant, but don't load it all the time, and they keep doing it.
So chance number 2 on the evening, and 15 already of the series begins for the Jets as the Stars win the draw. They turn it over, a backhand chance. Odger made the save, pounces on the loose puck. Velarde twisting himself into an opportunity in tight, and Odger had to hold his ground.
It was a forechecking power play that time. The Stars' 2 D-men, Ceci and Esa Lindell, were trying to bump to one another, and it got cut off a shin pad, and kind of an alert play by Jake Ottinger, even though he's going for the poke check, got enough of it with the left pad.
This face-off is won by the Jets. They'll go to work. Morrissey winds, fires off of bodies, deflects wide. It broke the stick of Steele. And the Stars can get it all the way down. Steele can get a fresh weapon.
It's one of the great traits of Esa Lindell, his ability to firmly get the puck all the way down the ice. Then he just waits on him.
They've arrived down the right wing side. Scheifele and his pass deflected off his stick, and another clearance for Dallas. Josh Morrissey, who had the secondary assist along with Kyle Connor's primary on the Ehlers goal. So it's points in 3 straight games since his return for Morrissey. Out there quarterbacking this power play unit. It's cleared right past him, and the Stars are through just about half of this one. Hellebuck got it back to where he can legally play behind the net, and hands off for Morrissey, who doubles back while the Jets are making a change. So Morrissey takes his time as the boos rain down from the crowd, and now tosses him to drive. Morrissey fed to the left, Nemesnikov winds one in, horseshoes where it's cut off by Hintz. Lindell along the corner as well. Up to the right wing side, Neil Pionk. Left wing, Niederreiter lost a handle on it, managed to keep it away from Johnston. Nudged along the right side boards for Perfetti, stolen but not cleared by Dallas. Jets have it back on the right wing side. Perfetti looking for Pionk, great stick by Rope Hintz, deflected to center. Lindell has played more than 20 minutes of shorthanded time in this series. Awkward dump in. Hit the boards, and Ottinger was going behind the net to play it. It caromed right off his body and stayed out.
So a little casual going after that.
Jamie Benn at center kills off the remaining seconds of the Sagan minor, who came in and almost took it away from Fleury. So the Stars officially 2 for 2 on the kill. It's a 1-1 hockey game on the right wing side. The Jets with a shot. Save made. Barron turned aside by Ottinger, and it's cleared. Now Barron given away inside the Star zone, but it hopped away from Harley, and good hustle by Barron to get an in-tight chance on net, and Ottinger had to stop. Ilya Lyubushkin forward off of Sagan. Back is Lowry in the Jet zone. Winnipeg has the puck, quickly ahead to center. Kyle Connor across the blue line. Pass for Fleury, and tight in the save by Ottinger. Rebound, loose bottom of the circle, taken by the Jets. Connor on the left wing will flip it rink wide. Luke Shen is there. Keeps it wide on the perimeter. Dumped down behind the Dallas net. Plucked out by the Stars. Thomas Harley under some pressure. Able to safely chip it along and cleared by Lyubushkin. No icing here as it goes the distance. We played 6.5 here of this second period. 1-1 hockey game as we inch our way towards mid-game. The Jets are on the attack. Sandberg, top of the zone. DeMello, his pass intended for Scheifele. Stripped free by Johnston. There's room for Bischel. He'll skate it across the blue, then hands it for Duchesne. Shot leaked off of Hellebuck. It was loose. And then Bischel and Sandberg shoving each other. Took the net off its pegs behind Hellebuck. That was about 100 feet away from the rush the other way. And Bischel's going back. He wants maybe a little bit more of a discussion as it's blown down. 13:02 left in the second period. Jets have tied it here in the middle frame. Ehlers with his third of the series. It is 1-1 on the ticket.
Sunshine, stellar vibes, and real good times. Deep Eddy is starting summer early this year by bringing the tropics to you with new Deep Eddy Pineapple Vodka. Handcrafted with real pineapple, Deep Eddy Pineapple Vodka is filled with bold, refreshing pineapple flavor that transports you to your own private tropical island. Deep Eddy Pineapple is ready for wherever, whenever, and whoever you are raising a glass with.
Please drink responsibly. Deep Eddy Pineapple Vodka is a product of Deep Eddy Distilling Company, Austin, Texas. 35% alcohol by volume. Distilled by Corn.
A lot can happen in 3 days, and it will. May 16th through the 18th, we're talking rodeo, pyro, and Kid Rock kicking it all off. Followed by 2 days of heart-stopping bull riding action and a new world champion. Kid Rock's Rockin' Rodeo and the PBR World Finals Championship. Friday, May 16th through Sunday, May 18th at AT&T Stadium. Get your tickets today at pbr.com/worldfinals. The Stars on the ticket.
The ticket!
Back here at American Airlines Center, 7 minutes into the second period, tied at 1. The Stars and the Jets in Game 4, and kind of, holding their own here. How many times have we seen what just transpired in these playoffs, though, where the Stars penalty kill basically just stops the other side in their tracks for 2 minutes. They survive it, and now try to get back to what has been successful for them in this series. They look really scrambly tonight. Like they are not spending any time up ice in the offensive zone, and even in their own end, they look like they're a half a step behind a lot. They're not winning the puck an awful lot. The Jets obviously motivated and playing well, and in a lot of ways, the Stars, I think, are very fortunate that they're in a tie game here.
We will restart the face-off just outside of the Dallas blue line on the near side in front of the now vacant penalty boxes. Nemesnikov on the draw against Johnston. Johnston, Robertson, and Rantanen, the forward trio deployed by Pete DeBoer. Nemesnikov kicked out of the face-off. Perfetti in, wins it in relief. The Jets have won over 55% of the draws, and that certainly has not been the case through the first 3.
You'd understand Nemesnikov trying to cheat on every draw, even in the neutral zone. He's been drilled so much. You don't usually see guys get kicked out in neutral ice.
Stars pluck it loose along the boards, defensive zone. Able to feather it out to center. Morrissey's on it there. Finds DeMello. And then across for Niederreiter. The Jets in on the attack. Low shot, save made by Ottinger. That's the 16th shot on net for Winnipeg. The Stars have 7. Rantanen fends off Nemesnikov. Brings it into the Jet zone. He goes down. And a penalty against Niederreiter. So the Stars, who are 2 for 2 on the kill and 1 for 1 on the power play, will go back up a man with a chance to reclaim the lead.
Well, the Big Moose was rambling down the right wing side and taking Jets ice, and Niederreiter, first he fought off Nemesnikov back in his own zone.
Winnipeg number 62.
And then on his way into the offensive zone, again, players trying to use, it's a touch foul. Players using that free hand. It's always the free hand that gets them in trouble. And down went Rantanen, who can keep his feet with the best of them, and draws the call.
So Rope Hintz out at the circle. Stars control it. Harley feeding to the left side. Duchesne. Duchesne outer hash marks. Upstairs for Harley. Harley's shot. Hit bodies. The Stars reload. Harley left wing side. Duchesne tried to spin with possession. Lost a handle on it. And Lowry's able to clear.
Stars really looking for that high tip. It's been fruitful for them in the playoffs and certainly in this series. It was Wyatt Johnston in the high slot. Just never arrived.
That's how they opened the scoring 2.5 minutes in on Sunday with Rope Hintz at the tail end of it. Dallas controlling. Dumped in deep behind the net. Shen, nice job to intercept. Play it to the wall. A race for the puck. The Jets get there, and Barron able to clear, and more seconds tick off on the power play.
They get fresh guys on the ice. They made that a chore. It didn't seem that difficult to get it to one another and down the ice. They ultimately did.
Granlund, who went solo act for the opening goal on the power play, this time feeds it back for Harley, and his pass was read and intercepted and cleared by Sandberg.
Yeah, the energy's just different. Outside of Granlund and most of Jake Ottinger, the energy just doesn't seem the same from Dallas.
Just under 40 seconds to go on this power play. Stars back in. Marchment gets checked. Managed to keep his balance. The Stars have it. Heiskanen. Right side for Robertson. Heiskanen on this power play unit. To the left, Granlund. Back for Miro Heiskanen. To the right wing side, Robertson. Upstairs for Heiskanen. Wides. Fires. It was blocked. And Robertson keeps it alive. For Heiskanen one more time. Jason Robertson. High slot. Robertson to the left wing circle. Still on his blade. Thread one through, but it was between Sagan and Heiskanen and cleared themselves. Stars with a re-entrance. Closing seconds on the power play. Sagan in the slot. Knocked away. Up in the air. Niederreiter's out of the box. 5-on-5 hockey, and here come the Jets. Lowry looking for Niederreiter. Instead, he'll go to the bench after the shoot-in by Lowry.
Too cute on that power play. Instead of just a shot-first mentality and then build off of that, they worked it around and were a little willy-nilly with the puck.
Stars are now 1 for 2 on the power play. Over skating was Heiskanen. Stars still get to it behind their net. 3 for 9 in the series. Dallas on the man advantage. Evgeny Dodonov is in. To the left. Shot. Hellebuck made the save on Lindell. And DeMello gets cleaned out by Ben in the corner. Turned over by the Jets. Hustling. CC keeps it in from inside the blue line. Got it low. And then a pass. Stolen by Scheifele. He had a chance to clear, didn't. Steele put it right off of CC, log jammed up along the wall, and taken by Scheifele and cleared. Stars back at their blue line. Sam Steele hangs on to it before finding Lindell, whose shoot-in was tipped by Granlund. And the Jets Niederreiter turned over. The Stars, a couple guys bumped into each other, and Granlund and Rantanen, so they could not hold the zone.
Stars need more of what they're trying to do right now, though. Install it in behind the Jets and then hem them in. Go to work in their zone. They've been sloppy exiting their own end of the rink a couple of times here.
Mikko Rantanen along the offensive end wall as it's stripped away and it's cleared out. 8:40 and counting left in the second period. We've moved into the second half of regulation here in Game 4. Stars lead the series 2-1. Game 4 is all knotted up, one aside. Onger sent it towards the corner. Sea of bodies there. Bischel able to muscle it up the boards and cleared out to center ice. Fleury is pressured all the way back to his zone before banking a stretch pass for Perfetti. He lays it in deep. Stars out of their zone. Alex Petrovic scored the tie-breaking and stood as the game-winning goal on Sunday afternoon in Game 3. Stretched out by Fleury, banked back to him from center off of Ehlers. He'll elect to find Shen. And off the stick of Iafallo, race for it as Iafallo is returned to action after taking the puck to the face earlier. Now it's Rantanen. Back to the right wing side, Johnston. Off the blade of Rantanen. Still got it to Johnston. Shot hit the outside of the net. And Jason Robertson, chip a backhand. It's Johnston. Rantanen is in the slot. Johnston tried to feed to the point. Fanned on it, but Robertson's got it low. Reverse contact on DeMello to keep possession for the Stars. Then found Harley. Touched off left side. Here's a shot off Hellebuck. And it stayed loose. The Jets got to it. The initial chance for Ilya Lyubushkin off the glove.
That might be the first puck that Mikko Rantanen has whiffed on. He was the guy cruising in there. Eyes on that rebound opportunity and didn't connect.
Stars touch one in off of Jamie Benn. He goes to the corner. There, colliding with Pion. Comes out to the net front. Appleton, right place, right time for Winnipeg. And then clears it off the glass and out of play. With 6:45 left in the second period of a tied Game 4. It's the Stars 1 and the Jets 1. You're listening to Dallas Stars Playoff Hockey, brought to you by PNC Bank on the Ticket.
History's masterpieces wouldn't be the same without their most notable accents. Neither would the Kia Sportage without its multiple drive modes. The Kia Sorento without its expansive 12.3-inch panoramic display. Or the Kia Telluride without its 3 rows of spacious seating. The 2025 Kia SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
Need some real refreshment? Good news! H2O is open now across DFW. Dive into dozens of flavors of real and real delicious fresh brewed iced tea. From coconut and Georgia peach to Texas chai and strawberry passion. Mix and match to your heart's content to find your favorite combo. And with tons of premium fresh brewed coffee drinks and crave-worthy snacks to choose from, there's plenty of real refreshment no matter what you're craving. H2O, welcome to your happy place. Children's Health is the official pediatric home of Dallas Stars fans. Every day, Children's Health is pushing the boundaries of what incredible care for children looks like. From groundbreaking research to technological innovations, Children's Health is constantly discovering the cutting-edge treatments that lead to greater outcomes. From their relentless care teams to their commitment to every family, Children's Health will stop at nothing to give kids the care they need for the future they deserve. Visit childrens.com to learn more.
This is Dallas Stars Hockey on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310. The Ticket!
A match of great consequence going on here at American Airlines Center just under 7 minutes ago, second period. Knotted at 1. What a shift from Wyatt Johnston his last time out. He hounded the puck, was creating. They came close to taking the lead. Turns 22 tomorrow. He has scored 4 goals in the last 3 home games. He was super curious about our broadcast at Morning Skate today for whatever reason. Well, we know the reason.
What'd you tell him?
It's available.
Here's Heiskanen shot, and it's blocked wide behind the net and then crawls over the stick of Harley out at center ice. Heiskanen takes the feed there. Harley walks it through center into the Jet zone. Chip down the left wing. The defenseman hustling himself. Was joined as well by the Stars Dadonov, but it's the Jets who break through and out into the Dallas end. Nemesnikov, tough play, and right off of Winnipeg to Dallas is Wyatt Johnston, the chip in the chase. Sandberg will keep things going. Stretched out to center ice. Perfetti back for Sandberg, who can lift one in. Jets change. Esselindell looking to stretch it out for Hintz with speed. He drops it. Rantanen left wing side, and he overskated. Then he went down, fell into Scheifele, who also hit the deck. Shot from the blue line. Rebound for Rantanen, and wound up off the back glass. Off the body of Rantanen. Comes back to the right wing corner. Funneled low behind the net. DeMello Working off Rantanen, the Jets chip it off the side glass and cleared back to the Dallas zone.
The big moose, Rantanen, just one of those guys. The puck follows him everywhere.
Offside here against the Stars as they touch.
He was the last guy to get on the ice from that line, and with Rope Hintz roaring up the ice, he was able to just leave it to him. Came close. 1-1. Late in the second period at American Airlines Center. You're listening to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs on the ticket.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Wendy's has this new Cajun Crunch chicken sandwich. And to be honest, I'm kind of crushing hard on this Sammy. It's packed with bold Cajun flavors and topped with crispy onions for a satisfying crunch. All on Wendy's iconic spicy chicken sandwich. It's honestly kind of my dream sandwich. I hope it likes me back. For a sandwich you'll love, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Mosquito Nix, the official comfort sponsor of the Ticket Compound, is now offering $500 off their smart mosquito misting system. Unlock this limited time offer by mentioning your P1. Mosquito Nix, protecting outdoor lifestyles. Find them at mosquitonix.com. Offer good for new customers only.
Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
Stars hockey on the ticket.
The ticket. Been a fairly circumspect, second period at least of game number 4 here tonight at American Airlines Center. The throng that is in attendance, trying to invigorate the home side. It feels, doesn't it, Josh, like they survived that surge from the Jets at the beginning of the period, got some stops from Ottinger, especially after giving up the tying goal. And here the last, half dozen shifts or so, it feels like they're starting to get to their game once again, and we'll see what the final 5 minutes hold.
Yeah, Dallas love to do something to just try and tilt the scoreboard in addition to tilting that tempo, but taking on so much water so far through, 35 minutes?
Well, early on, but this last little bit, they've been able to, get some looks at Hellebuck, spend a little time in offensive ice. The Jets have exited their zone extremely well tonight.
Jets have the puck. They are quickly out of their zone and into neutral ice. Fleury to the left wing side. Velarde hits the brakes on the half wall, gets contacted by Lyubushkin. And then up ahead, Tyler Seguin, joined by his line mates. Got it to Marchment, and Seguin tried the overlap handoff. Wasn't clean, and Ehlers knocked off balance, fought through it, shoveled it deep from center ice as the Jets change. Velarde, the lone forechecker, applies some pressure before heading off to the bench. The Stars stretch it the other way. They dump it around the boards in the Winnipeg zone. Good work by Dallas. Jason Robertson on the backhand for Rantanen, who is engaged fiercely with Pionk. They cancel out. Bishop from the left side, low shot, and Rantanen has it in the circle, fed across, Robertson forehand, he had Hellebuck going the other way, just got enough to send it wide.
Oh, he paralyzed Tanev to get that shot off.
Good looking extension of the shift a couple of times by a few different Stars to set up that opportunity.
Well, the Stars have a second guy really going now, and that's Wyatt Johnston.
Robertson falls down from his knees, gets it to Johnston, whose shot from the circle is handled by Hellebuck. Robertson still isn't fully up right now. He gets back up after playing about a foot shorter.
Feels like Wyatt's been out here every second shift in the latter part of the second period, and he's winning his little one-on-one puck battles. That's leading to some opportunities. Boy, they just replayed that dazzling little dangle from Robertson to get it into a shooting position, and he almost had Connor Hellebuck moving the wrong way. Be nice to get Robertson really fully up and going. 14 goals in 48 career playoff games for him.
The Stars have the attack zone face-off here. Steele to Donov and Ben, won cleanly by the Stars, but so cleanly, in fact, they're going to kick Steele out.
They're going no tarps on the Jumbotron as well.
This is the Cowboys going tarpless.
Their whole, well, it wasn't the whole group,
well,
but
fair enough.
But their suite, there were some in the suite that were taking it off.
Yeah, we got to clarify. The ones that were, they were all Cowboys.
If Babe Laufenberg comes back in the booth tonight, we'll see if we can get him to do it.
All right, see how the rest of this game goes. It might be a bet. Out to center ice, and it's shot in from there by Kyle Connor. Miro Haskin first to it, back in the Dallas zone. Flipped up for Dodonov, got it off the wing, and there's room for Lindell, center of the ice. And he finds Steele down the left side. In the corner, Steele still on it, fights off of some contact. Switch of directions on DeMello. Steele over for Ben, clipped his stick, still got to the captain, but not smoothly, and allows the Jets to steal and go the other way. Connor across the Dallas blue. Now Iafallo turning off the right side. Behind the net. Wrapped it in front.
Wow.
He turned aside. Kyle Connor. What a save. Puck is loose. Sandberg. His shot. Save. And Odger, it's off the back glass. Around and not out of the zone. Pionk got it down towards the corner. Now it's cleared. It's going to be icing against the Stars, but they'll take that after the best of the night from Jake Odger.
A glittering left pad save on all that work from Iafallo down deep in the Star zone. They sent it out in front. I thought it was 2-1. I thought it was bang bang, and then all of a sudden it spit back. Man, what a stop! What a stop!
Off the draw, the Jets control it. Right side, and a blocker save by Ottinger. Launched it about 45 feet past the top of the crease, but it's held in zone by Winnipeg. They're continuing downhill. The Stars need to relieve the pressure. They will on a chip in and get a change.
Maybe the worst thing the Jets could have done was score a softie on Ottinger, because he has puffed up since then.
Think back to game one where Kyle Connor had all kinds of looks as well, and Ottinger was able to turn away one of the league's best. Stars could break in with numbers. It's Granlund with Hintz. Granlund right circle. He scores! Make it 2 tonight for Mikael Granlund, who makes it 2-1 with Dallas back in front.
Well, there have been a few times in this series where their defensemen have tried to stay up ice and been caught. There's been no forward help. That was the case this time. The only guy back was Sandberg. You pretty much couldn't play it much worse than he did, as he just sort of did a twisty McFisty, gave the full shooting lane to Granlund. Connor Hellebuck was in full retreat and gave him a ton of room on the short side, glove side, and Granlund nailed it.
Granlund with both goals, and the Stars lead. The Jets back on the attack, looking for an immediate response. Flip it out, top of the crease. Velarde has to follow to the wall, and then spin around chance, blocked by Harley. He'll circle to some safety before getting it ahead to center. Matt Duchesne is in across the Winnipeg line, shouldered off by Fleury. And back comes Winnipeg. Chip by Velarde. Mikael Granlund had one goal through the first 10 games of this postseason. Had been so valuable in a lot of different categories as well. But he has erupted here onto the score sheet to have Dallas back in front. Spin move by Morrissey. Between the blue lines, the Jets managed to play keep away. And now accelerating, it's Iafallo. Didn't get everything he wanted on the dump in. Harley first to it. We move inside the final minute of the second, and off of Harley's glove and towards Ottinger, who had to have the post sealed there. Jets remain on the attack. Kyle Connor on the left wing side. Got it in deep where Harley sent it up the boards. Connor steals it away. Then taken back by the Stars. And chipped forward, Mikko Rantanen down the right side. Morrissey able to get to it, turned it over to Granlund. His shot tipped by Hintz, and it was handled by Hellebuck. Hintz was searching for a rebound that never came, frozen with 26.6 on the clock.
Kind of a dainty clear out of Rope Hintz after, who took 3 pretty firm whacks at the net. They're replaying that chance for Kyle Connor on television. And how many times do you see this regular season, playoffs, whatever, a glorious chance at one end turns into a goal at the other end. Ottinger with the stymie on Connor, Granlund with the mystical wrister that he has going on tonight. Difference in the hockey game.
Offensive zone face-off for the Stars, 26.6 to go in the middle frame. Movement early, they reset, and they kick Johnston out. So Jamie Benn on the right wing typically takes him on the left side. Will try and win it in relief. Trying to get a head start as well, and does win it. So Ceci, his shot gets blocked. Kept by Robertson, who pitchforks it low. Jets Pionk starts out of the Winnipeg end through center ice. Dumped in wide of Ottinger's net. He stays put. Heiskanen on the scene. Shoved by Pionk. Sharp angle chance. Couldn't get off the wall. Here's Appleton with a shot. And that missed the net. Then from the left wing, and a diving clearance by Ben as the horn sounds. Jake Ottinger, after one he wanted to have back, was outstanding the rest of the way. And Mikael Granlund has provided enough offense so far to have Dallas in front 2-1.
It's kind of goofy that you'd expect these two netminders, world-class guys, to make saves on all 3 goals that have been scored in the game. And yet they've played extremely well outside of those 3 goals. And we're going to see how monstrous that goal is that Granlund scored at the end of the second period. And, how elephantine that pad save is by Ottinger on Connor in tight. I can't get over the trades and such. Jim Nill added Granlund and Ceci from San Jose, and then Mikko Rantanen in tight. I can't get over the trades and such. Jim Nill added Granlund and Ceci from San Jose, and then Mikko Rantanen. And then you thought that they should probably add a defenseman as well, and at the same time, just to get through not having Miro Heiskanen. And then all of a sudden, here comes Alex Petrovic, and he's acted like that guy in the playoffs. And these individuals who've been inserted and injected into the Stars lineup are paying off in spades.
Mikael Granlund in the regular season had 22 goals. The first time since 2018 that he hit the 20-goal mark. 7 of them came after the trade to Dallas. And he had 1 2-goal game as a member of the Stars in the regular season. That was on March 18th. This one with the stakes as high as they get so far anyway. And he's got the Stars in front 2-1. So now they knew it was going to be a hungry Jets club. They know it's going to be an extremely desperate one in the third period as the Jets trying to level it, but we'll have to do it in comeback fashion, and the Stars in the driver's seat.
Yeah, well, they'll have lots to build on and be confident about it after 2 periods of play. I mean, they've had chances. They've played well. They've carried the play for the most part. I'm sure their conversations are going to be about Ottinger and how they can crowd him, be a little more firm with loose pucks around the net, maybe take his vision away a little bit. And the Stars, as they have been this season, they are an opportunistic bunch. It doesn't take a bushel of scoring opportunities for them to score enough goals in a game to win. Whether 2 goals tonight from Mikael Granlund will be enough, we'll find out in the third period.
Mikko Rantanen gets the assist for his playoff-leading 19th point of this postseason on the difference-making goal right now from Granlund at 17:52 of the second period. Fans, a reminder that Victory Club memberships presented by Lexus, they're on sale for the 25-26 season. Securing a membership now offers exclusive benefits like priority access to pre-sales, tickets at a preferred rate, and more. Limited memberships are available, so don't miss out. Visit DallasStars.com/victory to secure yours. Coming up next, it's Michael Dixon, Bruce Levine. They've got your Kia second intermission report. Stars with a 2-1 lead over the Jets here in Game 4 of their second round series on the ticket.
I'm Matt Alsbrook, the Texas Law Dog, and I sue bad truck drivers and the companies that employ them. You may not know my dad was a trucker. Lucky for him, he was a good one, or I would have sued him too. If you've been injured by a big rig or any other commercial vehicle, you need an experienced truck wreck lawyer on your side. Call me today at 817-775-5364 or at thetexaslawdog.com. That's thetexaslawdog.com.
Mosquito Nix, the official comfort sponsor of the Ticket Compound, is now offering $500 off their smart mosquito misting system. Unlock this limited time offer by mentioning your P1. Mosquito Nix, protecting outdoor lifestyles. Find them at mosquitonix.com. Offer good for new customers only.
I'm Jeff Stewart with Reliant Air Conditioning. I spend a lot of time talking about gimmicks, but one thing that's not a gimmick is getting your AC system tuned up before the summer. You wouldn't drive your car 100,000 miles without an oil change, right? Well, your AC system works just as hard, and without regular maintenance, dirt and debris causes your AC to lose about 5% of its efficiency per year. That could be over $300 alone in electricity. Regular tune-ups decrease your chances of a major repair by over 60% and prevents voiding your equipment warranty. At Reliant Air Conditioning, we provide comfort to homeowners who don't want to be taken advantage of. Our one-time tune-up is $149, or join the Hero Club for as little as $22 a month, and we'll handle all of your HVAC maintenance year-round. Call us at 877-YOUR-HERO, or schedule online at ReliantAirConditioning.com, where we've been gimmick-free since '83.
Reliant Air Conditioning. Call 877-YOUR-HERO.
Sunshine, stellar vibes, and real good times. Deep Eddy is starting summer early this year by bringing the tropics to you with new Deep Eddy Pineapple Vodka. Handcrafted with real pineapple, Deep Eddy Pineapple Vodka is filled with bold, refreshing pineapple flavor that transports you to your own private tropical island. Deep Eddy Pineapple is ready for wherever, whenever, and whoever you are raising a glass with.
Please drink responsibly. Deep Eddy Pineapple Vodka is a product of Deep Eddy Distilling Company, Austin, Texas. 35% alcohol by volume. Distilled by Corn. You're busy and have no time for downtime. So at Vermeer, you can have the confidence that your equipment will be ready to work when you are. For a limited time, enjoy a free 2-year extended warranty on chippers, stump grinders, and mini skid steers. Visit their store in Irving or online at VermeerTexas.com.
School is almost out and soon kids will be home more. Keep them safe with DFW Security. Get video alerts when doors or windows open and monitor the fridge, liquor cabinet, or garage right from your phone. Own a business or traveling this summer? Stay connected with smart cameras and access control. You can't get that kind of peace of mind from a box you order online. DFW Security, professional installation, local service, total confidence, DFWsecurity.com.
DFWsecurity.com. This is the Dallas Stars Hockey Intermission Report, brought to you by Kia on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Tick.
2-1 Stars after 40 from the American Airlines Center. The intermission show brought to you by your DFW Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com to discover a moment that inspires. Michael Dixon, Bruce Levine here on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310, The Tick. And Bruce, not a great period overall for Dallas. They gave up the goal to Ehlers, one that Jake wants back, but I thought they got better as that period progressed. They were much better in the latter half of the second, and they now take a 2-1 lead to the third.
Yeah, I thought that a couple of people stood out for Dallas in that second period. Jason Robertson looks like he's getting back into Jason Robertson mode, that he had a couple of good chances, set up a couple of good plays. His physical play in the second period was good. And, of course, Mikael Granlund, what can you say? He has been excellent tonight for the Dallas Stars as the Finn to win line comes through again. Dallas still spending way too much time in their own zone. Kyle Connor is going to be scratching his head. He had a wide open net in front and shoved the puck into the pads of Jake Ottinger right before the Granlund goal. That puts a lot more pressure on Winnipeg going into the third. They could have had a lead. Instead, they trailed by 1.
All right, time now for the period recap and highlights brought to you by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, official partner of the Dallas Stars. 2 goals in that period, 1 for each team. And there was a power play carryover for the Jets from the first into the second. Tyler Seguin with a minute to go in the first, called for holding. So a minute worth of power play time for the Jets to start the period, and that really just kind of set the tone for the first, say, 7-8 minutes of the second, where it was all downhill for the Jets. But this goal actually comes right as the power play expires, so technically even strength. But 62 seconds in, Winnipeg ties the game.
Possession for the Jets. 2 seconds left on the Seguin minor. Jets still on the attack. Shot from a tight angle, scored right as time expired. Nikolai Ehlers the bottom of the right wing dot just somehow found a hole underneath Ottinger to tie the game.
Ehlers with his third, Connor and Morrissey the assist, that at 102. Bruce, I'll let you break it down, but I'll say this reminded me a lot of the goal Stamkos scored against Jake when Nashville was here in early April.
And this is one where Jake Ottinger looks like he has the post hugged, but he's worried about the back door.
Yep.
And as Ehlers sends the puck toward the net, you see Jake Ottinger open up a little bit with his legs and lean a bit toward the center of the net. And instead of the puck going for cross ice for a tapping on the back door, it's aimed for the net, and it goes between the legs of Ottinger. And this is one that Jake's going to want back. And as you look at Jake's body language as that puck goes in, he just slumps his shoulders, lifts his head up, and it's sort of a, yeah, that's on me. He knew that's when he should have stopped, but instead, the Dallas Stars wind up tied.
I thought the Stars grew into the period quite a bit, and once they got rolling a little bit in the offensive zone, it seemed like they perhaps had the better chances of that second period, at least in the second half of it. But it was a pretty rare rush chance for Dallas in this series. Winnipeg is designed to prevent this from happening, but a turnover up the ice leads to a 2-on-1 for the Stars, and it's 17:52. Mikael Granlund with his second of the night.
Stars could break in with numbers. It's Granlund with Hintz. Granlund right circle. He scores! Make it 2 tonight for Mikael Granlund, who makes it 2-1 with Dallas back in front.
Granlund's third, Rantanen his 10th point or 10th assist of the year of the postseason, his 19th point already in the playoffs, Bruce. Anyways, 17:52, even straight 2-1 Dallas.
What a great play by Mikael Granlund. First of all, Rantanen has the puck, gets it cross ice to Granlund with speed through center, and it's one of the few times that you see Winnipeg get caught up ice.
Yep.
Mikael Granlund has Rope Hintz on the left wing, Dylan Sandberg in the middle, plays properly. You let the goalie take the shooter, and you try to stop the pass across to breaking Hintz. However, in this case, Granlund, a left-handed shot at the right circle. So even though his body's a little bit to the outside, his stick is right in the prime area. He looks at Hintz and doesn't look at the net, and instead goes top shelf, glove side, absolutely lasers a wrister, and Dallas has a 2-1 lead. This has not been Dallas's best game in the series, but they go into third with 20 minutes and a chance to do something really special.
I think you could even say it's been their worst game of the series.
I'm going to say game two. Game two.
Thought game 2 was worse?
Yeah.
I thought the chances were there, but I did think they got better in that second period, and perhaps they're fortunate to have a 2-1 lead, but it's not like that goal was born out of nothing.
No, there's still 20 minutes to make this into a better game than game 2 for the Dallas Stars. So
I like your thinking, Bruce.
Through 2 periods, I don't think Dallas has played exceptionally well, but they've played well enough to have a lead, and now it's a matter of what do you do with the lead that you have with 20 minutes to play.
All right, 2-1 Stars after 40 minutes. Coming up next, we'll send you back to Josh and Razor. This is Dallas Stars Hockey on the Ticket.
This is Chris Lewis of Chris Lewis & Associates. Sometimes it pays to have a star on your team, like when you're accused of a serious crime or become the victim of a severe injury due to negligence. Events like these can destroy the life you've built unless you take fast action. Reach out to lewisdefense.com or call 214-444-1000. Let us fight for you. That's lewisdefense.com, your star team for criminal defense and serious injury representation.
At Comerica Bank, we're creating opportunity for entrepreneurs to stop dreaming and start doing, for gig workers to become business owners, for small businesses to go toe-to-toe with the big dogs. At Comerica Bank, we're creating opportunity beyond bank accounts. We're providing free office space, free advertising, free competitive research, and more to help small businesses do more with less. To learn more, visit comerica.com/succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender. Offers available to Comerica small business customers only. Terms apply.
If you're a Dallas Stars fan, you know all about winning. That's why you'll feel right at home at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts. Start your night off with a victory of your own in our state-of-the-art poker room. Grab a front row seat to an epic concert, or sit back and catch the big game in our amazing sports bar. Come discover your next win at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, official partner of the Dallas Stars.
Hello, this is Jan at Toyota.
Hi, Jan. Is now a good time to get a new Toyota?
It is. We like to say your summer starts here at your Toyota dealer. Now through June 2nd, we have a great selection of Camrys, Corollas, Tundras, and more.
Your summer starts here.
I'm a pet sitter, and business is way up as people enjoy their new Toyotas.
Stop the bass, Darren. Goldie is not dinner. Your summer starts here.
Dealer inventory may vary. See your participating Toyota dealer for details.
Toyota, let's go places.
This summer's another scorcher. An ultimate season pass from TXU Energy is hitting it out of the park with 50% off energy charges during peak summer and winter, plus more months of automatic savings.
Savings all season long. That'll come in clutch.
Customers can save more than $450 a year.
So when the summer heat goes into extra innings, the savings come in for relief.
More savings. That's a fan favorite.
Ultimate season pass is really bringing the heat.
I think you mean cool. TXU Energy. Energy for everything.
Visit TXU.com for more information. Rep number 10004.
Need some real refreshment? Good news! H2O is open now across DFW. Dive into dozens of flavors of real delicious fresh brewed iced tea. From coconut and Georgia peach to Texas chai and strawberry passion. Mix and match to your heart's content to find your favorite combo. And with tons of premium fresh brewed coffee drinks and crave-worthy snacks to choose from, there's plenty of real refreshment no matter what you're craving. H2O, welcome to your happy place. Hey Stars fans, look no further than the Children's Health Star Centers for the coolest birthday party in town. With 4 different packages to choose from, you can find the perfect party that works for any size group. Enjoy private ice time, party rooms, pizza, broom ball, and more for the best party around. So be sure to think of the Children's Health Star Centers for your next birthday or private event. For more information and inquiries, please visit us at dallasstars.com/starcenters.
Stepping into the Kia K4 or K5 isn't just getting behind the wheel of any average sedan. It's stepping into what's next. With a K4, it's stepping into a world that's exciting. With a K5, it's one that's bold. The Kia K4 and K5, the next movement for sedans. See your local Kia dealer or visit kia.com to learn more.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Hey everyone, Adney and Burke here to talk about our great podcast, NHL Unscripted with Burke and Demers.
Jason Demers here. After playing 700 NHL games, it turns out I have an opinion or two. Whoever's saying trade one of them, you don't know anything about hockey. I'm on the bandwagon. I'm rooting for this team. With new guests every week, we will talk about hockey and more.
Can't wait till you watch this movie because it's the biggest award of her career.
He went into the cheetah exhibit. The cheetah took a piece out of him, and he came into the ring the next day.
Tune in to NHL Unscripted with Burke and Demers, the iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
At PNC Bank, an official partner of the Dallas Stars, we've always taken a boring approach to handling your money. Not only is it smart, it's reliable. And why would we ever want to be unreliable with anyone's money? Some of those customers could be big, tough hockey players who gladly give up their teeth for a win. Oh, that's gonna hurt. But really, we just think boring is the smartest way to help ensure your money's there for exciting things in life. Like intentionally placing your body in front of a frozen rubber puck traveling at 100 miles per hour. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Hear the highlights and keep up with other games around the NHL. This is the Dallas Stars Intermission Report, brought to you by Kia on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310 The Ticket.
Well, the Stars lead the Jets 2-1 after 40 minutes from the American Airlines Center, and Dallas trying to take a 3-1 series lead against the Winnipeg Jets. Intermission show brought to you by your DFW Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Well, tonight's story is that Finnish guy that they acquired mid-season, but not the one you're thinking of. Mikael Granlund with a couple of goals. He had one on the power play in the first period. Nikolai Ehlers answered even strength right after a power play expired in the second, and then late in the second goal of the night for Granlund. So the Stars are 20 minutes away from a 3-1 series lead. Let's see if they can get there, and we'll talk to you after the game. Right now, let's go back to Josh and Razor.
Thanks very much, guys. Yeah, and they're going to have a hungry President's Trophy winning team that's trying to level up this series in the third period to contend with as they protect that lead, Razor. 2-1 with Granlund supplying the offense and Ottinger doing his job at the other end of the ice.
Yeah, well, the Finns are providing most of the offense in this series. 7 of the 10 goals now have been scored by Finn. Hey, you have a high probability of a Finn scoring a goal for the Dallas Stars. There's 5 of them in the lineup here tonight with Heiskanen coming back. And Yeah, look, you need big saves at key junctures, and Jake has done that through 2 periods because, for my money, the Jets have been the better team. The 2 goals that were scored in that second period, from up here and taking a peek at the replays, I think both guys, sold it. There was visual trickeration, if you will. I don't think Granlund ever looked at Hellebuck when he ripped it short side past the glove, and it was pretty obvious that happened at the other end with Ehlers, and that one that sifted through Jake Ottinger. So here we go. You would suspect they're going to get the level best out of the Jets here for 20 minutes.
And their level best has been the best in the regular season, but not so much in the playoffs. When they get outside of Manitoba, the Stars trying to add to that as we're underway in period number 3. Miro Heiskanen playing 10 minutes and 28 seconds through the opening 2 periods in his return. He's on the ice right now as it's dumped in. Gets to the puck in the near circle, chopped up the sidewall, and way behind the play, Mikko Rantanen was engaged with Fleury, and they separate as we go on. Fleury's got the puck now, exiting the Jets' end. Slipped a pass to Lowry left side, flipped it towards the net, and Ottinger was able to handle that. Dadonov will scoop and skate in the counterattack. Good work by Ehlers to get it back at center, recovered by the Stars and sent in. But it's the Jets who have it. They play keep away. Luke Schenn reinserted into the lineup here before Game 4. Both clubs making some changes to their lines. Up ahead, Duchesne bumped into Morrissey, who wound up getting the worst of the collision, but it's icing against the Stars.
Duchesne mildly arguing, why is that icing? Usually when it's a defenseman that pinches up like that, I don't think Morrissey ever had the chance to do that, so they'll track back into their own zone. You got to think the Jets probably came into the game anybody but Mikko, right? Like the mindset that he's not going to beat us again, and now it's Mikhail instead of Mikko.
As you mentioned, with the return of Miro Heiskanen, the new look Finnish Mafia together and complete for the first time with all 5 of them in the lineup. Stars take it away. Dadonov has a racing bend. Dadonov left circle is shot up high off the glass. Kept in by Ceci. And now behind the net, it is Dadonov. To the right side, chance from a tight angle. Hintz, and Hellebuck made that save.
DeMello didn't have a stick. He was the guy that was there trying to get Hintz.
Stars still have it in the attack zone. It's worked over to Lindell. Angles one, tip just up high. Oh, Rantanen came loose. Got the redirection he wanted, just a tad north. And the Jets survive that, and they will flip out to center.
Rantanen's missed a couple opportunities, almost like he's human.
Almost.
We'll see how this ends.
Rantanen has it here. And through center, as they inch closer to the edge of their seats, he gets contacted low, spun around, managed to stay upright.
And Sandberg came through there and took a large chunk of his left leg.
And a little bit of a sort of jump step on his way back to the bench did Rantanen, icing against the Jets.
Stars wouldn't like that hit. He went sort of slaloming his way through most of the Jets, a la Granlund's first goal of the night. He got set up out of midair. He almost bunted that thing home. Esa Lindell sent it about hip height at him.
Almost looked like his reaction. He thought it was going in.
A lot of the people in behind Connor Hellebuck thought it went in.
It didn't miss by much as it's dumped the length of the ice by Winnipeg. The Stars start from their zone. They bring it out at center. 2.5 and counting gone by here, third period. Dallas with a 2-1 lead, both in the series and so far in Game 4. Nemesnikov across the line to the left for Perfetti. Took some contact. To the near side, DeMello cut it off. Nemesnikov up near the blue line, the handoff. It's Fleury, his shot. Sagan stayed with it, blocked it off the back glass, then intercepts the pass down low. And taken by the Stars, Sam Steele. Game of catch with Lyubushkin. Steele across the Winnipeg blue line. Going wide on DeMello, hits the brakes. Fed back towards Bischel and just poked away before the big man could get it, Tanev. Jason Robertson snaps for Bischel. Lays it low. circles behind the net, then off the outside of the net, popped free and taken by the Jets. And behind the play, a high sticking call. Rope Hintz is down, and they're going to check him. And this may be more than just a single minor.
I think he pulled his mouth guard out, but it might have been a tooth. And he heads back to the Stars bench. Man, Hayden Fleury is just lighting up the referee on his way to the box. And they're going to get together.
The penalty on play is a 4-minute double minor ice stick. The play will be under review.
His argument is going to be that it was a shooting motion. I don't think he ever contacted the puck, though. Like, it certainly looked as though Rope Hintz's stick got in between Fleury's stick and the puck. And although it was the motion, I don't know that he ever touched the puck, and then it just rode straight up into the grill on Hintz.
They call 4 minutes, and so with that, they can review this. And both officials look like they're going to take their headset off here. We're not going to come near the territory we had on Sunday in time of review, it appears. But
that took almost 10 minutes for the Petrovic goal as they tried to figure out kicking motion and propulsion. Here we go.
After a minute review, to call the ice is confirmed. 4 minutes, double minor.
Call confirmed. So Fleury doesn't like it, but what an opportunity this is for a Stars power play that is 30% on the postseason and even better than that in this series.
Well, they can't, I mean, I understand it's in real time for the individuals down there, and he's thinking, his problem was he overskated the puck and put himself in that spot, and then his stick just rode up the shaft right in the face. Rope Hintz is fresh and ready to go. We're going to see whether they're going to allow him to start this power play or not. I think that's what the officials are talking about right now with the double minor and the injury. It's an injury that causes the double minor, and they say fine. They're going to let him sit, and the Stars can give themselves some distance on the scoreboard.
Hintz, Johnston, Robertson, Rantanen, and Thomas Harley. Hintz kicked out. Rantanen steps from one of the point positions to the face-off dot in relief. It's controlled by the Jets. They'll bunt it along and clear it out to center ice. Starting the night, the Jets were just about 75% on the penalty kill in this postseason. 8th in the NHL. The Stars with the number 3 ranked power play, and they've already added to it so far. But it's cleared past Robertson and trickles to center ice. 4 minutes and a golden opportunity to extend the lead here in the third period of Game 4. Stars Rantanen in the corner, got it to Hintz, twisted it, but intercepted and cleared.
For all the goals that Hellebuck has hemorrhaged on the road, the area that has not been culpable has been their penalty kill. They gave up a power play goal here tonight. That's only 5 power play goals in 5 road games.
Granlund, who has 2 goals on hat-trick watch, catches up himself in the corner with the second unit out there. Goes low for Duchesne. Now Marchman in his shot off target. Miro Heiskanen on the ice to Tyler Seguin. Duchesne upstairs. Heiskanen, left side Granlund. Heiskanen one-timer. It crumbled Tanev, who blocked it. Having a hard time getting back upright, limping towards the bench, but did his job and allowed the Jets to clear and change. Heiskanen, hands back for Granlund. 2.5 and counting on this power play remains for the Stars, still in the front end of it. The double minor against Fleury. Heiskanen left point to the right side. Seguin, edge of the circle. Drops down to the corner. Now upstairs, Heiskanen. Left side, Granlund. Back for Heiskanen. Off his stick, tried to keep it going. Connor intercepts, and he's going to race in shorthanded. Kyle Connor, save! Jake Ottinger with the left leg. Another one-on-one battle with Connor, and Ottinger gets the best of it. Through center ice. Robertson back at neutral. Stars allowed 2 shorties in the opening round against Colorado, and Jake Ottinger with a huge stop right there to keep Dallas in front. Swiped by Lowry, but not out of the zone. Harley held. They work it back to him at the right side point. Drops it off on the half wall. Rantanen to Johnston. Saved by Hellebuck. Out to challenge. Got just enough. Puck stays in play. Rantanen on the right. And his pass hit his own man Hintz. Kept in by Johnston in front of the blue line. Game of catch. Johnston down the left wing. To the left point now. Harley goes back for Johnston. Harley again on the left side. To the right wing circle, Rantanen. Rantanen finds Harley, top of the zone. Back for Rantanen. Top of the right wing circle. Looking for Hintz. Off the stick, came right back to Rantanen. 55 left on the power play for the Stars. What was once a 4-minute man advantage. Now here's Harley. Johnston, save, and scooped by the glove of Hellebuck. He bobbled it again, and then covered and froze with 13:20 left in the third.
Well, pretty obvious the grandest stop of this 3+ minute of power play time for the Stars. The shorthanded offering from Connor. Both of Kyle Connor's glorious scoring opportunities. He hasn't been able to elevate the puck at all, and the pads of Ottinger have flat stoned him. You could see Miro Heiskanen, what he's dealing with, though. Usually he would catch Connor in that race up ice, and he was no way, no how going to catch up to him.
Face-off win by the Jets. They clear it all the way down, and the Stars still have time to land a punch, but the window is closing on this man advantage. As they break through center, Granlund with it, 30 seconds to go. Matt Duchene sends a bouncer to the slot. He follows up. Duchene spreads it out and hangs on to it. Bottom of the left circle to Heiskanen at the blue line. Goes back for Duchene. Shot deflects to the right corner. Marchment bowled his way to that loose puck. Now it's Duchene left circle. Off the bar, it stayed out. Heiskanen holds it in. Right side, one-timer score! It's Mikael Granlund! A hat trick! Let him fly!
Third of the night with just 3 seconds to go in the double minor. He basically said, Mikko Rantanen, you take the night off. I got this. As he stashes all three for Dallas to stake them to the 3-1 lead here. What a bomb. This is a weapons grade one-timer. After they clank it off the post, Miro Heiskanen freezes them up top and then feeds it on the flank. I mean, a sizzling, nefarious blast, short side, again past the glove of Connor Hellebuck. And the Stars, man, they're going to have some kind of a sale on chapeaus because they have racked up. They're into double digits in hat tricks scored regular season and now on into the playoffs. It's the second Hattie from a Star, from a Finn in this series. What a night for Mikael Granlund.
Granlund only had one career multi-goal game in the postseason. It came back in May of 2014, over 11 years ago. A man who had waited a long time to get back to the postseason. First trip in 3 years. It's his first trip to the second round in a decade. And man, is he the story tonight. All 3 goals in a 3-1 lead, 12:37 to play.
I mean, the first one should never go in, right? Just skating down the middle of the rink and taking a wrist shot, and he beats the glove of Hellebuck. The second one late in the second period, he's on a 2-on-1. He never looks at the net. He looks over at Rantanen and then fires it top shelf, cookie jar, short side. And then this one is his best of the night. This is his opus. That was as nasty a one-timer as you're ever going to see. From some distance, perfectly placed. Nobody's stopping that.
Granlund has played over 970 games in the NHL, regular season and playoffs combined. That's his first playoff hat trick, the third all-time of his career either way. The other two both came in 2017 as a member of Minnesota. Ben is in, saved by Hellebuck. So the Stars needed just about every second of that 4-minute man advantage, but they extend the lead. They've got a 3-1 advantage to Donov in front. Remember, it was a tie game on Sunday. Dallas broke it open with 3 in the third. Tip by Steele through his own legs, and Hellebuck hangs on. 12 minutes exactly left in the third period. The scoring summary, it's simple and symmetrical. Granlund in the first, Granlund in the second, Granlund in the third. The Stars lead at 3-1 on the ticket.
Hi, I'm Dallas tax attorney Nick Namath, here with Jamie Flores, the managing partner at the law offices of Nick Namath.
We hear from clients often that they like to put things off. Expense reports tomorrow. The dentist, your teeth are fine. Neglected lawn, mow it next weekend.
The longer you delay resolving your IRS problems, the worse those problems become. Frozen bank accounts, garnished paychecks, seized passports.
They can even put you behind bars.
That's right, Jamie. When the IRS comes knocking, you need to have an answer. For over 20 years, we've helped thousands of people just like you resolve their IRS problems. If you've received a letter from the IRS, don't try to handle them on your own. IRS problems are legal problems and deserve the attention of an experienced lawyer.
A meeting with us is free and confidential, so don't procrastinate on this one. Call Nick Namath, the DFW tax attorney, at 972-484-0TAX. That's 972-484-0829, or visit myiRSteam.com.
Dallas Stars hockey on the ticket.
The ticket! Unofficially, the 11th registered hat trick this season from a guy who is currently a Dallas Star. We're fudging it a little, as Mikko Rantanen brought some on board from his previous two teams, mainly the Colorado Avalanche. But Mikael Granlund has added to that. He's scored on all 3 shots he has in the game tonight. And along with that, he's made, I would say, a half a dozen really good defensive plays. And I think he was the Stars' most physical forward through 2 periods with 5 hits. I mean, he's just had himself a night. You can see the experience just oozing in him. And in a critical game, he's had critical execution.
Stars 2 for 4 on the power play on the heels of that recent tally. And they've got a 2-goal lead as it's dumped in. They're singing along here at American Airlines Center, hoping the tunes crank all the way to Manitoba. Work to be done, though, as it's saved by Ottinger, comes to the near side. Rantanen across the line. The assist on that last Granlund goal, Heiskanen and Duchesne, so Miro on the board in his return. Pionk between the Blues, feeds to the left, Ehlers in. Wrist shot off the dasher, pops in the air. Taken by Lyubushkin, one of 7 defensemen in the lineup for the Stars. What have you made of the 11-7 deployment?
Yeah, I mean, it's been fine. You can see why they did it. You know, Heiskanen's had a tough time. It's weird to even say it. Had a tough time keeping up.
Morrissey, save! As out to challenge Ottinger up at the blue line. Shen to the left side. Morrissey from the circle. Another save by Ottinger. He hangs on to that one, and it's cleared.
The chants are going to get prompted again.
He's lived up to him so far through 4 games of this series. Bischel jumps after it. And played by Petrovic. Wobbling its way down the sheet on net. Hellebuck's got to steer it to keep things going. Cut off at center ice. The pass intended for Niederreiter. Marchment got just enough. Creates a scrum along the near side. Now DeMello to the left, where Hayden Fleury shoots one in. It's DeMello, and here they come. Sharp angle chance off of Ottinger. That was crafty by Niederreiter. From inside the blue line, redirection shot goes wide to the corner. Heiskanen on it. Almost turned it over, and the Stars live to tell it. as they clear it out. Fired back in by the Jets, but it horseshoes past everybody. And Fleury is chased behind his net in the Winnipeg zone. He was the man in the box for that 4-minute double minor for high sticking that he took on Hintz, and with 3 seconds left on it, that's when Granlund completed the trick. Kicked out, Ottinger made the rebound save. Tanev was falling down the initial one. Ottinger is stopping everything coming his way. 9:30 left in the third. Jake Ottinger having another outstanding night in the postseason. Part of a 2-goal lead for the Stars on the ticket.
The best plays happen when the whole team's in sync. And at Baylor Scott & White, the Heart Hospital, heart health is no different. From offense to defense, every move matters. And with nationally ranked heart and vascular care across North Texas, you've got a winning team right here at home. Whether it's an assist, a comeback, or the ultimate hat trick, we're going for your goals. Baylor Scott & White, the Heart Hospital, the power to live better.
Sometimes a situation arises where you have to take your best shot. Criminal defense, serious injury, wrongful death. Hi, I'm Chris Lewis. When you need to take your best shot, there's one name to remember. Chris Lewis & Associates, your law firm for criminal defense and catastrophic injury. Don't let a conviction or severe injury destroy your life. When you have one shot, make it your best. Let us fight for you. Call 214-444-1000 or visit lewisdefense.com.
The Stars on the ticket.
The ticket!
Mikael Granlund has scored 2 power play goals in the game. He's also scored the other goal in the game. The Stars lead the Jets 3-1 with half the third period to go here. You know, it's a big storyline, and for obvious reasons. I mean, the Stars have 5 Finns in their lineup, 5 players from Finland. And with the Leafs in the Eastern Conference trotting out their 5 forward power play, I want to see the 5 Finn power play. They could do it. They could throw them out there at some point. Maybe a regular season thing, not so much a postseason thing, but man, what a night from Granlund, and what a grand game from Jake Ottinger, who has been as nimble as an otter with 2 tails. And it's his stops on Connor that the Stars have trampolined off of and taken the 2-1 and now the 3-1 lead off of.
Ottinger looks to his left. He has made 26 saves on 27 shots. You heard a roar in the background. Anton Hudobin is in the building. They put him on the PA mic, and he chanted, "We're not going home." The crowd loved it.
Doesn't really make any sense, but yeah, we got you.
The throwback to the bubble in 2020, the last time the Stars were in a cup final. They're trying to fight their way back. They know it's a long road. They are in a good position here in this series and in this game right now, trying to keep it that way as it's offside as they cross the Winnipeg blue line.
Well, you're not going to get where you want to go without the position of goaltender being usually better than the guy at the other end of the rink. And 9:23 to go in regulation, and that's been the case here tonight. The only game that it hasn't been the case, and it wasn't that Ottinger didn't play well in Game 2 in Winnipeg. It's just that Hellebuck played fantastic and shut out the Stars 4-0.
Jets have the puck out of their zone. Having to take a winding route is Morrissey, who finds Shen. Ahead to center, and he shot in from there. Behind the net, Labushkin knocked down his man Ehlers. Cleared by the Stars. It'll stay wide of Hellebuck's crease. Another icing against Dallas as we moved inside. 9 to play, 8:58 left in the third.
This is the 8th time these two teams have played each other this season. The Jets wins 4-1, 4-1, 4-0, all on home ice, and 4-0 here in Dallas in the regular season finale. The Stars wins 3-1 and 5-2 here in that 3-2 victory in game number 1. They're close to one another, usually low scoring.
Morrissey angles left side, shot saved by Ottinger. He read it well on Scheifele, and then Scheifele played it to a vacant point, thought he had a man there, and he didn't. And Game 4 is turning into an extended highlight reel for Jake Ottinger. The Jets now ice the puck on an errant outlet feed. Face-off will come back to their side of the ice.
Yeah, I mean, he's stymied their best offensive players. Bit of a fadeaway from Scheifele. Ottinger's reads have been outstanding. He's stayed deep at times when that's needed. He's telescoped out and challenge shooters at times. One of the fascinating stats with Jake is he's allowed just 9 goals in the 4 games after a loss, and this is the game after a win.
Jamie Benn trying to fight his way to the puck, got angled off by Morrissey. Dadonov attempting to keep in on the right side, just at the edge of the Jets bench. And Winnipeg will try their luck on the near side, blowing a tire. Shen had support, and Morrissey who grabs the puck. Back to the upright Shen. His lead too far, though, for Iafallo. And now Esa Lindell finds Heiskanen. Across center, he shoots in. Clock continues to roll. It's very much an ally of the Stars. 8 minutes and counting remaining in the third period. 3-1, Dallas in front. Left wing side. The Jets unable to center. And Matt Duchene lifts it in on the backhand. Sandberg, tough play and almost able to maneuver around him. Evgeny Dadonov, but back come the Jets. Perfetti knocked down, kept it going to Mesnikov, steered it around the rink for Pionk. Lays it to the right wing side, then back for Pionk. The drive, hit traffic. Let the one-timer go from the blue line. Jets hold the zone. Pionk from inside the blue. Rister looking for a tip from Niederreiter, winds up off the back glass. And Mikko Rantanen with it. Inched it ahead, cleared out by Dallas. Pionk pursued, back in the Jet zone. 7:06 and counting left in the third period. 3-1 Stars have the lead. They've got a 2-1 series lead, trying to extend that to the same that's on the scoreboard right now. At center ice, shot in by Steele. Rides up off the dasher. The Jets say it hit the protective netting out of play. The officials agree and blow it down with 6:49 to go.
As Niederreiter and Marchment, they have a word with one another. The continuous play and the excellent positioning of the Stars defensively now, they understand, or they should have in their mind, they got enough to win the hockey game if they play smart, play disciplined, play clean with the puck. And it'll be interesting to see. I'm curious to watch the deployment of D-men for the final 7 minutes. Harley and Heiskanen are out here now. Miro coming back in and picking up a point, it adds another layer to the Stars' offense on the power play, their defense overall. What a luxury.
Chased down into the Stars zone by Thomas Harley. And wraps it around the defensive perimeter. Clearing attempt. The Stars do force it out and have numbers to boot. Right wing side. Sagan to Marchment. Save! Hellebuck out to challenge. And one the Jets absolutely had to have if they've got any designs of coming back. Collision at center. Marchment and Lowry. Lowry gets his left hand up on Marchment a little bit as play goes on.
Man, that was a violent hit between those two.
Two big guys. 6'5" for Lowry, 6'4" for Marchment. In the corner, taken away by the Stars, and they work out through center. The offensive man of the night, Granlund, over to Rantanen. Rantanen goes back to the blue line, then gets the return from Lindell. Catch continues, and then fired into the awaiting left hand of Connor Hellebuck. 5:50 remains in the third period. Granlund with the hat trick. 3-1. Stars have the lead, getting late here in the third on the ticket.
I'm Matt Alsbrook, the Texas Law Dog, and I sue bad truck drivers and the companies that employ them. You may not know my dad was a trucker. Lucky for him, he was a good one, or I would have sued him too. If you've been injured by a big rig or any other commercial vehicle, you need an experienced truck wreck lawyer on your side. Call me today at 817-775-5364 or at thetexaslawdog.com. That's thetexaslawdog.com. Valvoline.com.
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we're here to help keep you on the road so you can soak up all the summer fun. The road tunes.
Take me out to the ball game.
Stop it!
Hotel pools. Emergency ice cream stops.
We all scream for ice cream!
The sunscreen and bug spray everywhere.
It's in my eyes!
At Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we're here for it all. So stop in for a quick oil change before you go. Only takes about 15 minutes. No appointment needed.
Hey, I'm Trey, an advanced manufacturing manager at Siemens Fort Worth plant. I help engineer the production lines which power America's tech sector, all while earning great pay and benefits that support my loved ones. At Siemens, I don't have to choose between growing my skills or strengthening American manufacturing. Working here, I can do both. Join our team and transform the everyday with us. Apply now at usa.siemens.com/txjobs.
This is Dallas Stars Hockey on Sports Radio 96.7 and 1310. The Ticket!
3-1 Stars with 5:50 to go in regulation in Game 4 here at American Airlines Center. And the passion of these fans is cascading down from the nether reaches of the 300 level in here and showering on their netminder and this team as they try to guide them home and take a commanding 3-1 lead in this best-of-7 series.
Stars have the only goal of this third period, the hat-trick completer for Granlund. You go back to Game 7 against Colorado, and they have 8 unanswered goals against the opposition in the third period in this building. Mikko Rantanen with it. Upstairs, Ceci with a shot, gloved by Hellebuck. That was all after what looked like a catastrophic goal by Nate McKinnon in the opening minute of that third period.
Connor Hellebuck's made a couple of good stops. The one on Markman on that rush attempt to at least give them the opportunity, you would think, here at some point to lift him and pull another miracle out of their 6-on-5 bag.
It's what got him here in Game 7, but it has felt a long way from Manitoba when they've left. Lindell with a shot gloved. Nothing but space for Hellebuck to track that one.
Mikko comes back to Essa. I mean, it's a wasted shot. They had full possession. I think he wanted that puck sent down to the icing line to Rantanen and then work something from there.
Hintz gets kicked out of this attack zone draw.
We almost have my 5-man unit here, you know.
Can we make CC an honorary Finn?
No.
Okay. It is Lindell over to CC. We'll dump it in deep for Finns and Cody Ceci on the sheet right now. Essa Lindell left point to the corner. Hintz will get it over to the right wing side. And then claimed by the Jets through center they come. Pionk the chip from center ice. 2-goal cushion for the Stars right now. Centering feed deflected up high. Here's Connor. Shot out to challenge. A block was Rantanen. Hintz goes the other way for Rantanen. Across the line. Flip to Lindell. Has a man in front. Tipped and gloved. Rope Hintz on the doorstep. And then Essa Lindell and punches come flying. Scheifele got decked. Lost his helmet. Gets up and boy, he and Hintz were swinging.
And missing. Some wild rights and lefts from Rope Hintz on Scheifele, and that's about as mad and demonstrative as you ever see Essa Lindell, who threw a real stiff cross-check at Pionk. Their defense, they're going to get penalties out of this. Jamie Benn's the only guy going to the terrarium of inequity. It was a sweet little passing play and another spiffy stop by Connor Hellebuck as he got the glove out on that drive-by deflection from Hintz. Jamie Benn came in and popped the top off of Scheifele. We'll see how penal this penalty is here, though. It's a 3-1 game. There's 5 minutes to go, and they've loaded up the Jets power play here.
Yeah, so through all of that, only the Stars captain. Penalty minutes number 11 and 12 in the postseason.
Man, what a great couple of plays by Mikko Rantanen in his own zone. He broke up one, blocked another to get it out of there, and then all that kerfuffle unfolded.
Jets have one shot on the power play through their two opportunities. They have a goal seconds after it as Ceci gets checked, unable to clear. They spread out the 5-on-4. Hellebuck staying put at the other end of the ice. Connor up at the right point. Gets it low quickly across and off of Ceci. It stayed wide. Then Lindell blocks it and uses the center of the zone to aerially clear it. The restart pass to Connor drifts further into his zone. Now ahead to Velarde. Turned over short-handed. Handcuffed a bit in the slot. Boy, did it open up for him.
Oh my God, what a grotesque pass. And then Rope just made a mess of it.
Coughed up to Johnston now. It's not exactly a power play, at least 50 seconds of it. It's one for the highlight reel. It's just fine for the Stars. Scheifele to the left and dumped in by the Jets. Scheifele hustling after it. He was the victim of the Ben roughing minor. Granlund out there too. It's worked behind the net. Esa Lindell wrap it around the glass and pass Velarde.
Man, their best players really bad with the puck on this power play. The number one unit heading off the ice now with just a half a minute remaining in the Ben minor.
And only 3 more than that left in regulation. Stars leading 3-1. Appleton in the corner. Perfetti up for Pionk. Now on the left wing side, Nemesnikov. Up and down the wall. Bottom of the left wing circle. Tight angle. Ottinger had the post sealed. Clearing attempt hit the body of Nemesnikov. The Jets have it. A shot off the backboards. Perfetti on the right side wall. Pried loose by Johnston. Pionk keeps it in the zone. 3 seconds left in the penalty. Appleton turns, feeds it. Pionk shot, save! Ottinger right as Ben comes out of the box. The Stars penalty kill, so good all postseason, answers the call yet again.
To the delight of this building right now, the wrist shot through a forest of humanity. And Ottinger with a clean lane to it. He worked to get the lane and then just, again, he's been like Velcro, man. He has just eaten some pucks. There have not been very many bad rebounds off of number 29. They're going to bring Hellebuck to the bench. And the Stars are taking their timeout here to reset themselves. With the extra attacker coming on the other side. I can't help but look at the difference in the Stars decor from last year around this time to this year. The playoffs last year, they deployed 5 defensemen mostly, and it kind of caught up to them once they got into the conference final against Edmonton and some guys that they leaned heavily on, and in particular, Miro Heiskanen just looked exhausted. This year, the same 6 all the way through. They've relied heavily on Thomas Harley without Heiskanen. Harley's played like 25 minutes again tonight with 7 defensemen in the lineup. They're heavier, and especially in that third pair with Bichel and Petrovic, who haven't played as much in this game here tonight. Long a Pete DeBoer desire to have that down at the bottom of his defense core. And the entire group has played exceptionally well again.
They break from the timeout, 6 in white, but it's a sea of white with the towels waving here at American Airlines Center. The Jets control the draw, feed to the left, Mark Scheifele, now or never time for Winnipeg. They'll work it over to Ehlers. He's got Connor. Outer hash marks angled for Morrissey. Ehlers, one-timer, save Ottinger, and he's able to trap it with the glove on top. 2:34 left in the third.
Man, is he on his game. This is a blast from distance. There's bodies coming back and forth in front, and he's shown a real soft glove, pads, body. A lot of these pucks have just died, but he has worked so hard to track the puck, find it through bodies. He hasn't gotten himself tied up in any of the traffic in front, and he just pawed that one down and smothered it.
Rope Hintz and Mark Scheifele at the dot glove side of Jake Ottinger. Scheifele's going to get kicked out of the circle, so he steps to the outside. Hash marks. Gabe Vilardi enters from the bullpen. And the draw controlled by the Jets. It's Connor. Gets it low off a bank. Vilardi to the left wing side. Jets up high. Pionk. Right side. Connor. Shot. Save made by Ottinger. As cool as they come back there in the Dallas crease.
Well, that's 3 times that they have hammered pucks from distance with bodies heading toward the net, and Ottinger's clung to the puck all 3 times. I mean, Vilardi's sitting right there ready to ram a rebound past him, and it just doesn't come.
Vilardi and Hintz again on this draw. And one again by the Jets. Kyle Connor, pressured though by Hintz, relentless, and forced it out to center. Jets have to retreat to keep possession. 2:10 and counting left in the third. Morrissey out of the defensive zone for Scheifele. Keeps it on his blade down the right side. And then knocked away at the half wall. Poked by the Stars. Granlund trying to catch up. And it plopped up in the air and he couldn't secure. Was bidding for number 4. Scheifele across, intercepted by Hintz, gets it to center. Granlund, a bit of an overskate after a deflection. Granlund off, Ben on. 1:44 and counting. Here come the Jets. Ehlers gains center and drives one in. And poked by Lindell. It's back to the Winnipeg zone. Perfect touch, so no icing. Stars lead is 2. The Jets from their end, with the net still empty. Hellebuck on the bench. From center ice, fired in off the body of Ceci. Stung him a bit. Ottinger the save on the bouncing puck in tight. Jets get to it. Adam Lowry. Right side, the bank pass. Broken up by the Stars. Not initially cleared, then it is by Sam Steele. And we've hit the final minute. Here in the third period, the shoot-in by the Jets. Ottinger for Lindell. Wraps it up the high glass. Cut off and stays in the zone. Lifted by Perfetti. And off the back glass. Now it's Lindell, the chip. Cut down Appleton. Got it up high. Here's Sandberg, and his wrister missed. Stars get to it. Steele ahead for Ben. Wyatt Johnston, the backhand chip. Just wide. But he was at center ice, so the clock keeps rolling inside 30 seconds to play. Stars 3, Jets 1. They get louder and louder here at American Airlines Center. On their feet, saluting. Games 3 and 4 collectively on home ice. Flipped by Perfetti, a dozen seconds to go. Jets are on the attack, but they're running out of time, and behind the net, Winnipeg banks it. It's Ehlers at the line. The final seconds tick away. And the Stars, a 3-1 win here in Game 4. They've got the President's Trophy winners on the ropes, and it's off to Winnipeg with a chance to score the knockout.
Well, it's going to be really easy to salute and anoint the individual performances within the game here tonight, starting with Jake Ottinger in goal, and then the obvious Mikael Granlund's offense. I mean, that's pretty much all they needed individually, so. But as a team, and especially when the game was in the balance here in the third period, the Jets trying to, get some kind of clutch on this thing, and the Stars just wouldn't allow it. Their overall checking game, their team game in place, special teams and goaltending, man. I don't know how many times I've said it, but it repeats itself over and over and over again. And just an absolute masterclass from Jake Ottinger in goal here tonight. Man, did they need it. A lot of the elites of the Winnipeg Jets had some of their best scoring opportunities in the game, and we're going to look back on this thing and the offense from Granlund, obviously, but just prior to that, those saves on Kyle Connor twice, save 2-1, save 3-1, and that's how games get tipped like this. And they have this series not wrapped up, but certainly in a firm chokehold right now as they head back up to the peg.
It is a tale of two teams living very different lives here with what transpired over the last couple of games. The Stars are 5-1 now this postseason on home ice. The Winnipeg Jets are 0-5 and stretch it back 2 years, 0 for their last 9. And the Stars, they definitely in the driver's seat, stole home ice advantage, flexed it here at American Airlines Center, and they will go for the close now on Thursday night at 8:30 p.m. up north. The club that had a better regular season than anybody else is facing elimination now for the second straight round. This one, the hill a lot steeper than simply a Game 7 against St. Louis.
Yeah, look, it's the Stanley Cup playoffs. It is just a series of little things that get turned into gargantuan things, and whether it's a goal that goes in that maybe shouldn't, or it's a sequence within the game, or it's a power play that doesn't get it done, or it's a penalty that ends up being a goal in the back of your net, all these things just accumulate along the way, a path through every game, it feels like. And we've talked about this, Josh, over and over. Like, every game is a one-off. There is no real carryover to this stuff. And if you get the best performance by that position in goal, and I don't know what's gotten into the Stars with hat tricks this season, but so many times in past they would get stopped at 2, right? Always a 2-goal game, never finish it off with the hat trick, and they are just thick with hatties